gonna just unmute all the stuff. I'm gonna post all my links and then we can get rolling. But um
Well, I'm in this John, so
okay,
we're good.
great. Let's
I'll um I'll hit the server real quick.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just choking on pizza. It's fine.
I had that for lunch and I fucking passed out, dude. Like literally when I say I just woke up from a nap, I mean Jade FaceTimed me 3 times and I woke up 15 minutes ago.
That's so sick.
I was so fucking tired. I haven't been sleeping well the past couple of days.
That's baller.
Yeah,
It's that time of year.
yeah. Well, and I've told you I'm doing physical therapy on my shoulder, right? Um,
Yeah. Or
so
you've
they,
been doing that for a couple weeks, right?
yeah, well, they called me again this morning to cancel my follow up appointment again, and then now this shoulder has started to hurt. This is the one I'm not rehabbing, and the pain is going from the back of the joint all the way out to my clavicle. So I'm super annoyed. Whatever,
Yeah, that's real shit.
whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah, that's real shit. I realized I think I might have just muted my microphone. I don't know. Whatever. Ooh, that really highlights the redhead on my fucking nose. I'm gonna not do that. That really brings out a really bad pimple on my nose. We're gonna not do that actually today.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this
Didn't we?
done. Hello.
Did,
Hello, John Legend at the Ohio State University.
did my at everyone not fucking work?
The HOS twin.
Whatever. Maybe you can reply to it without everyone. Maybe it's just I don't have perms.
Let me see. I mean, you should. There. I just replied to it, so. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll be working on my playoff bracket while we get started, but
That was fun. I gotta dig through the NFL games,
yep.
see what happened, because low key things happened this weekend.
Low key things happen this weekend. Exactly. Excuse me. Exactly. Oof.
Oh fuck!
Jesus.
I think I might have just hacked up my entire brain. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, when he stops dying, we'll start. You alright there, big homie?
Goodness gravy. I'm anything but. Fuck, I also need more pizza. Hold on. I'm hungry.
Get some water, bruh, and chew your damn food.
Good old DNATs. All right. Get this ping out of my face. All right. We good?
Uh, I mean, I'm good.
Okay. Then we can get a rolling. So, why don't you get us in?
Let me get to work on this
You know the rest.
a little bit. If you want to start us off,
Okay.
you can most definitely go ahead.
Ladies, germs, and all other forms of being, welcome back to the Knowing Ball. It's week 11. If you don't know what we do here, we discuss college football and we discuss NFL football in that reverse order. I fucked it up. Afterwards, after we discuss both of those, we will be talking about last week's CFP bracket to our versions of our CFP bracket, as
Yes.
well as our games of the week. And that is how
Yes.
this is going to go.
Absolutely.
So I need to mention
Am I fucking having connection issues?
that was the Raiders Broncos game. I think anybody that watched that had eyes probably wishes they didn't have them after that game.
I agree. I completely and utterly agree with you.
Yeah, I just needed to mention that. There's literally nothing else to mention except that the Broncos are pretty.
Oh my goodness, what is happening?
To even win, just a hard maybe.
Okay. So my Discord, I'm having some connective issues where the
Yeah,
video
I
is
saw stream froze for a sec there.
Yeah, it's just the video that's freezing. So I don't know what's going on, if it's my Discord or if it's something else.
Might just be the Wi-Fi. I'm not sure, but
Stream seems to be fine. There's no connectivity issues with that. So if I ask you to repeat yourself, that's why.
that's fine. But anyways, yeah, Broncos suck. They shouldn't win the division, and
No.
if they do make it to the playoffs, they're one and done's, 100%,
Yeah.
like 1,000%.
Yeah.
Um,
Their wins this year
Let me
have
turn
just
my-
been like completely fucking nothing burgers of wins.
playing down to other teams' level, basically.
Yeah, no. The Broncos don't have a good win at all. It's been a terrible like season. They have had a very poorly played schedule. I saw this. Hang on. Let's see here.
Last time, goodness gracious. Oh yeah, their record versus like winning teams and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like specifically, I could probably check just for this year alone because we kind of know what the winning and losing teams are.
Yeah.
They lost to Indy and they lost to the Chargers, which are both winning teams.
Yeah. And besides that, like
the only winning team that they have beaten is Philly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Every other team is below 500. Are the Texans below 500? Yeah, they are. One game.
Yeah.
So they have beaten one team above 500 all year.
Yeah. Like it's getting ridiculous because this team isn't good, and we've seen it. Bo Nix hasn't looked good. Oh my god, my fucking Discord keeps freezing.
Hi, Jade.
Dude, I don't get why my Discord keeps freezing. I don't know what's going on.
The Wi-Fi is taking a dumpy.
We might have to. We might not have face cam. Whatever. Whatever.
If it works on your end, that's the long and short of it.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Shit's not working. Whatever. Yeah, no, I don't have faith in the Broncos. They were supposed to be this really good team. They improved pretty much every facet of their defense, and they just look like shit still. I don't know. Once again.
Yeah. It's being weird.
Yeah.
Or it's a weird scenario. Sunday's bullshit because that's kind of all I want to say about Thursday because again,
it was not good.
Maybe I need to maybe having stream open on my end is kind of fucking things over.
No, it's my Discord that's lagging because it's making my whole PC lag. So it's something on my end. It's not you. I don't know. I think my PC is just a hunk of shit and can't handle anything. So I I really do think that's just what it is. What I am gonna do is close out some of these Chrome tabs.
Yeah, good call.
So
Um,
hopefully
but
that
yeah,
helps.
that's all I had to say about the Thursday game because that's really all that happened was terrorism.
Yeah, no, it was a
Nikki
bad
Friesen twin. Okay, yeah.
yeah. It was just a bad game, and that's all it was.
Bad game played by bad teams. Whoop de doo.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
let's see. Um, so the elephant in the room is demanding to in the room from this week B because there's a lot that happened, honestly.
Yeah, there is.
It happened as expected, so no need to comment on that. Same with Hawks Cardinals. Yeah, it did. They both did the thing. Cool, whatever.
Hawks tried to make it
Um,
interesting at least. Like there was a time where like maybe they were getting a lot of momentum in the back half or in the front half of the second half.
yeah,
Where like, you know, midway through the third quarter I'm like, "Okay, they're showing signs of life." And then they just stopped.
they just died. um, and yeah, despite Sam Darnold's mediocre day, I mean, they still just light it up. So
I
I
mean,
would imagine,
they didn't
I
have
would
to do
imagine Darnold
anything.
will.
They didn't have to do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, but Darnold will rebound next week. He'll have a great week next week. I guarantee it.
I mean, they had two scooping scores in the first two quarters. You don't need to try after that. You can just coast.
Yeah. Um. Oh, actually, something we should talk about: Pat's Colts, because there's a certain player that broke out
Uh,
that broke out on Sunday.
Pat's Colts, sir? Do you mean Pat's
Or
Bucks?
Pat's Bucks. Sorry, I was looking at the Colts Falcons game right below it,
Yeah,
and my brain, yeah,
it's fine.
because
You're good.
we need to address the elephant in the room with the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, Travion Henderson finally had a good game. You know, he finally got the trust from the coaching staff after he's been just fighting. Okay.
And look what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. My
Instant
yeah.
instant results.
Yeah. This video ain't fucking
150 to, oh.
I said this video isn't getting uploaded to YouTube, bro. This shit keeps freezing.
It's only the first like 12 minutes.
I hope.
If it stops freezing, then
Maybe.
it's just 12 minutes of stuttery footage. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean 150, two tutties. You had a 69-yard or 69-yard rush. Nice. As his peak. I mean, he averaged 10 and a half a carry. I want to preface that. In his first NFL start outside of the preseason, 10 and a half yards a carry.
I thought he started last week too, but they
Did he?
kept rebounding
Atlanta?
him for the other guy.
Yeah, they kind of split carries between Jennings, but also Henderson had the better day
Yeah.
then as well. So,
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
but yeah, it's almost like when you give the guy a chance to get started and
Mhm.
don't split touches,
Yeah.
he's gonna explode. No fucking shit.
Mhm.
It's literally the reason the Pats fucking drafted him. So, but also I wouldn't be disparaged if I was the Buccaneers here either, because
No.
these are two good playoff caliber teams.
Uh-huh.
It's just one team has to win. That's the long
I
and short
agree.
of it.
I agree.
I mean, the Bucks still put up almost 400 yards of offense, and Mayfield
Mhm.
still had a 3 passing TD day.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I mean, by all accounts, it was a good day. It's just one team just played better than the other. Let's see. Pat's got 2 sacks. How many did?
Stream is frozen. Or my Discord's frozen. Sorry about that, guys. There's nothing I can do about
It's
it.
just one better defense.
No, that whole blurb you just talked about the defenses, my stream was frozen the entire time.
it was a bunch of fucking hoopla. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Long and short of it, Travion Henderson is fucking goated, and
Yeah.
give him the starting job forever.
Yeah. I am going to here. I'm just gonna turn off my camera. That's just how we're gonna have to do things probably. Um, and you know what? That's fine. That's just how we're gonna have to do it. No camera for me today.
It's all right. You can just
Doesn't want to work. Whatever. You guys can look at his face though. Um,
I
yeah, I watched a lot of that game, and it's been it was really good. There were a couple of decision making things that I didn't like about Baker Mayfield when they got into that slump in the second quarter. I think he definitely wasn't on par with his normal self. Not saying that he played poorly, he put up good numbers, but there were a lot of things of Baker Mayfield's game where I seriously questioned him and his ability to kind of read the Pats secondary at times, or read a delayed pressure that Mike Vrabel likes to use on his defense. That's why they're so effective. Is he has Robert Spillane that they got from the Raiders this year on that QB spy kind of fifth man rusher, and it worked against the Bucks. He Mayfield looked uncomfortable the entire day, and only until about the fourth quarter when the Pats settled into their lead did the Bucks were like, okay, they've kind of settled. We have more ability, and I honestly think they just missed Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving is still out. Bucks fans
Mhm.
who are in my personal life are kind of fed up with the organization because they didn't go out and get a running back due to Bucky's injury. They haven't really addressed it, just being like, oh, we'll evaluate another week. Same thing with Chris
and
Godwin.
and they're also just putting a lot of faith in Sean Tucker and Rashad White when they've proven to just be
yeah.
not efficient.
Yeah. I mean, Rashad White just isn't a good running back anymore. He's not the same guy he was 2 years ago. He's very reliable in the short pass game, which Baker Mayfield needs. A guy like that outside of Sterling Shepard, because Otten's workload, given that all the linemen are back, he can finally be productive vertically. Emeka Ibuka, Tez Johnson have all been vertical guys, but outside of that, you miss that dynamic ability that Bucky gives you. Now the Bucks are really starting to stumble without him, and the Patriots are 8-2 with a marginal gap in the AFC East. They're looking great.
Yep. I believe they're a 99% chance to make the playoffs. I mean, they're basically a shoehorn in at this point.
Yeah,
And
I mean, like looking
I
at
believe it looks like they're 2 games in front of the Bills right now, I believe. Let me check that though.
the Bills, I believe, are 6 and
Six
yeah,
and three.
6-3. So
Would that be 3 games?
no,
Or two
because
games?
the Bills had a bye week and the Patriots haven't. So I think in the standings, uh, I I think it's 1.5 games how that works.
Okay.
But then there's the head to
Excuse me.
head. So wait, I'm sorry, 2.5 games. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure. Um,
Mm.
anyway,
Regardless.
yeah, the Patriots have 3 easy games before their bye. They have the Jets, obviously this Thursday. Then they have a 10-day stretch where they go to Cincinnati, and then they'll host the Giants going into the bye, and then they host the Bills, go to the Ravens, go to the Jets, and finally end off hosting Miami. Yeah, this is a really easy back half to the schedule because the Patriots did what they needed to do. They won their easy games. They have the potential to split some of these divisional matchups. I mean, their only losses being to a Raiders team week 1 and a
Mhm.
Pittsburgh team week 3, where the Patriots offense was just slow because of all the new acquisitions, because of Drake May being a sophomore. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
they're on a 7-game win streak, and I don't really see them dropping another game. Maybe going into Baltimore, that's another one they lose. If they host Buffalo and Buffalo gets the edge on them, but Buffalo right now doesn't look too great. I mean, this is
Mhm.
a Patriots team where we could be talking about 14-3.
Shit, we could be realistically talking fucking 15-2.
Yeah, we absolutely can. This is
I mean,
yeah.
admittedly, the realm of possibility between 14-3 and 15-2, I'd lean more towards 15-2, realistically.
It's hard to play in the
But
Ravens Stadium. It is. I will say that.
this is true, and the Ravens kind of have some signs of life at least. So
Hey, man, they're on a 3-gamer, but we'll talk about Baltimore in a second.
yeah,
Um,
Well, actually, Baltimore is right here on my app. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota, JJ McCarthy's doing JJ McCarthy things again. Go figure.
Yeah, yeah, he didn't look
I
great.
love I love how the JJ truthers after the Lions game were like, "Oh, he didn't really have great stats, but if you just look at the decision making and you just see how he played, he's really a superstar in the making." And it's like,
No, he isn't. And I'll tell you why.
no.
He is taking one of the best receivers in football in Justin Jefferson and not able to get him the ball. 12 targets on 4 receptions. If you saw the balls that Justin Jefferson was getting, he was either double covered, they were overthrown, they were underthrown, or they were straight hospital balls that Jefferson was getting hit on. This is a receiver
Yeah.
who, and Justin Jefferson, I'm hearing there's a little turmoil in the locker room. He doesn't like playing with JJ. He wants out. It's not looking great, and the Vikings people who are really high on JJ don't like Justin Jefferson for being as emotional as he is. But this is a top 3 receiver in the league. If your quarterback can't get it to him, but he can get it to Josh Naylor because Josh Naylor is open, then you have a problem with your scheming.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Jordan Addison, 3 catches on 11 targets. He's
Yeah.
forcing these balls.
Yeah, and that's where those 2 picks came from as well.
It's just
And
kind
why
of,
he's completing under 50% of his passes.
yeah, it's just ridiculous. I don't
You
understand.
can't throw the ball 42 fucking times.
No.
And only get 250 yards out of that. That needs to be at least a 350-yard day. But guess what? JJ is an inefficient passer. He is not a smart passer,
No.
and he can't read a field or a defense to save his fucking life. And we have been saying this for years. Handoff merchant, can't throw the ball, bum, loser. And we are
Okay.
being proven correct day by day.
Okay, you're saying that. I'm not saying all that. What I am saying, however, and I think my Discord's frozen again. Whatever.
Yeah, what did you say again?
I said I'm not saying that. You're saying that. I don't want to be that
Yeah,
mean.
I'll say it.
What I am
I'll say
saying
it.
though is this overall was just a terrible game because the Ravens had the opportunity to kick the doors wide open in this game, and once again, Lamar struggles to pass. Zay Jones 75 yards, but outside of that, 23 yards, 17 yards to your 2 tight ends. DeAndre Hopkins, 16 yards. Mark Andrews, 14 yards and a touchdown. Justice Hill, 12 yards. Rashad Bateman, 10 yards. Derrick Henry, 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar has had not a lot of success passing recently, and the Ravens keep getting him wide receivers. Granted, I will say DeAndre Hopkins is old. This is an older DeAndre Hopkins we're working with, but he has shown signs of life in these games. You know, where's this Lamar Jackson from 3 years ago when he had Hollywood, and Hollywood, all he was a vertical threat. All he did was go downfield.
Mm-hmm.
I just, if the Ravens are going to move in a direction offensively, they need to figure it out because Lamar Jackson also isn't as efficient on the ground as he used to be. 9 carries for only 36 yards.
Yeah.
I feel like in an offense that has 3 games under their belt in a win streak, these aren't great games for the quote-unquote Super Bowl contender of the AFC.
Yeah, when it's Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, it's really not the best look in the world.
Absolutely.
And also the thing is with this receiving core, I feel like going into this year, we kind of saw the warning signs of this receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mark Andrews was inefficient last year. He was starting to show his age. Obviously, Derrick Henry isn't really involved in the receiving game. And like you said, D-Hop is getting older. He can't really do it like he used to. Really, the only viable option was Zay Flowers in a sense. But even then, it's like if you only have one guy to go to, you're not really going to be able to do much about that. And plus they know the Ravens scheme with Zay Flowers now. He's been on the team long enough that he's not really a surprise.
I agree. I completely agree, man. It's
they needed wide receiver help and they didn't get any in the trade deadline. I mean, shit, the Colts were willing to part with AD Mitchell. You could have gone and gotten A.D. Mitchell, staggered him from the Jets, or
Yeah.
just so many. Like you had so many options at wide receiver that
My Steam's opening by itself. That's very cool.
nice. Again, you could have. I'm just taking examples from the players that got traded. You could have traded for Sheed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
actually would have been the perfect trade for the Ravens. Like thinking in
yeah,
retrospect now,
yeah,
you keep you keep Zay and D Henry in kind of the short game. You take Sheed for the long ball.
yeah. And part of that comes from the Ravens having a very injured offensive line. But what I do have to say is,
Mhm.
how many years are the Ravens going to use the excuse of the injured offensive line? Because I feel like at this point it's been Lamar's entire career. If you can't
And
figure it
also,
out,
he's had a good year under said injured offensive line every year. So
exactly. But like whenever Lamar, has a fucking stinker or doesn't pan out, it's like, oh well, the offensive line's hurt. Well, maybe it's time to address your training staff. Anyway,
mhm.
I digress.
No, you're real for that. Because
Yeah,
trust me, I have the exact same problem with the fucking Saints. Injuries, injuries, injuries. Oh, it's fine. We just have the injury bug. We'll get them next year. Fuck off.
yeah.
Fire the medical staff if they can't
I
fucking do anything.
I completely agree.
Because the Bensons, I'm again, New Orleans sports rants. The Bensons can't hire a good sports medicine team to save their goddamn lives because it happens the exact same thing with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Why do you think Zion has been injured so fucking much?
Mm-hmm.
It's ugh. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about basketball. That's for another time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Browns Jets was an ass off and the Jets happened to win it. Hooray. Um I hate to say my Pookie Bear Justin looks terrible, but he still does look terrible. Again, just
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
It's the taking too long in the pocket issues. We talked about this before.
Yeah, and the Browns, when they hold an offense or when they hold a passer, or actually just in the NFL when a passer is held to this low of numbers, the opposing team always wins. Not yesterday.
Yep.
Somehow the Browns continue to find new ways to lose, which is incredible because historically,
It's
look what Brees Hall had one catch for the 42-yard gain for the score, and then the two.
also, and it was 47 yards after catch.
Yeah,
So he took the pass 5 yards behind the line of
yeah.
scrimmage.
At what point, if you're Cleveland, do you say we need to blow it up? You're paying them Denzel Ward $100 million over 5 years. Myles Garrett's the highest paid non QB at the time of signing his contract. You signed what's his name?
You're also still fucking starting Dylan Gabriel when he's throwing the ball to his favorite piece of turf 15 times a fucking game.
Yeah, and Jerry Jeudy. I mean, Jerry Jeudy was getting fed. This is the most productive game Jerry Jeudy has had all season, which was good to see. It was good to see Jerry Jeudy be
Mm-hmm.
used. But Judkins had a fine day.
Yeah, pretty milquetoast day.
Harold Fannin again is the favorite target for the rookie. Consistently, David Njoku got a touchdown, but outside of that, man, this offense is horrid. At what point do you say we need to cut some fucking people loose?
Yeah.
Like you're still
Also,
paying.
get some trades.
Like
I mean, not now,
yeah,
obviously, but
yeah,
do some off-season tradings. Get rid of the guys that have like decently high stock and just invest. There is so much good talent coming out of college football right now.
yeah,
You could find an entire group of wide receivers and be fine.
yeah. And my thing is, Cedric Tillman is a name that like floats around the Browns because they love him. They love him so much. They love Cedric Tillman. But under this rookie quarterback, he's not going to do anything. If people also like Cedric Tillman, go get a pick for him. Like at this point, it's
Even
getting
if it's a late rounder, just
it's
take it.
it's getting to a point where Cleveland is just completely and utterly in the dumpster. They have no plans for the future. They have no sight. It's still play Deshaun Watson when he's healthy time, even though you need to cut your losses. You traded the picks. Unfortunately, you got to cut
Yeah.
your losses at some point, dude.
You need to take the cap hit. Just
Yeah.
take the cap hit.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna have a bad couple of years. Get it over with now. They also paid Myles Garrett a fucking bag and a half.
Yeah.
So you can only take on so much dead space with everything you have going on.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a bad
Actually,
situation.
question for you because I don't remember this.
Uh-huh.
Does dead money count in the cap space?
I'm sorry,
Like
say
if
that
you have to
again.
pay, if you have to pay a QB like dead money from a contract, does that count in the cap space,
Uh
or is that like totally separate?
yeah, from my understanding, I'm fairly certain it does. And with dead money, you can kind of like that's why people will like cut someone pre or post June 1st because June 1st is when the new salary year starts in the NFL. So if the
Hmm.
Browns were to have free space in the books this year and cut Deshaun Watson, then they could allocate X amount of funds this season and then whatever over the next whatever seasons. But and dead money is the only portion of the contract that the team is responsible for. Like if it was like a signing bonus or if it's guaranteed money, but because Deshaun Watson's contract is all guaranteed, you run into a pretty heavy issue there.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I wanted to re-up my knowledge of that. I
Yeah,
just want because making sure that I wasn't just talking out of my ass when
yeah,
talking about the dead money and just taking
yeah,
the hit. But
yeah.
also the thing is, again, you can't because your organization decided to be stubborn about Miles Garrett and not let him walk. So then he had to take the bag.
Well, to be fair,
Or I
I'm
guess well, he took it of his own volition.
he took he,
Fair.
he took it of his own volition. Yes, however, I feel as if the I just feel like Miles Garrett kind of played his hand a little too strongly. That like in a Browns, like Miles Garrett kept saying, "I want to win here," and the Browns need to pay me like they want to win here, and the Browns probably do want to win. However,
Hmm. They're not in the position to win. So
they
why
they
would you
they
pay
can't they
him?
can't build a team,
Hmm.
and that's the problem. We're
And
we're
it's pissing him off.
we're
That's
ta-
the thing.
we're
It's
we're
pissing him off a
talking about
lot.
our in our lifetime watching like our fifth or sixth Browns rebuild, man, and we're in our
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah.
It's getting to the
Again,
point
it's
in
the amount of
Cleveland.
starting quarterbacks. It's the amount of starting quarter like it is a prime statistic of how many starting quarterbacks this team has gone through. I believe
Yeah.
we're in like the mid 20s now.
Since 2000, yeah.
Like since 2000, 2002. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, it's getting but I digress. Cleveland is a shithole and they need to think about moving off some people.
yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah. Um the game right next to that I'm looking at right now is the Jags Texans and
Yeah.
once again, Davis Mills shows on a random Sunday that he can still play in the NFL. And once again, we're having conversations about Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Dude, 26 unanswered. 26
Hmm.
unanswered points. You're going into the
Yeah.
fourth quarter up
They were up by
29 to 10.
19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were going into the fourth quarter up 29 to 10 and your drives consisted of punt, punt, sack within the fourth quarter. You had 3 drives, it was
Yeah.
punt, punt, sack, and the sack ended up being a scoop and score. You on the um and like Travis Etienne was okay, you know.
Hmm.
But you have Trevor Lawrence only throwing the ball 23 times with 13 completions. And your new acquisition, Jacoby Myers, did not drop a ball when he was targeted. There was no BTJ. Travis Hunter is on IR. Why are we not throwing to your new acquisition, Jacoby Myers?
Yeah. Like,
This is
why are you
this is a
throwing to
team.
ETN more
Yeah.
than Myers? Like,
Th-
I know it's probably like dump offs and or why are you throwing it to Parker Washington more than Jacoby Myers? You literally, I forget what they didn't they trade like a third?
Here I'll look it up right now. Jacoby
Because I
Myers
know
trade.
it wasn't like a bag of chips trade or anything. It was a
Uh,
decent package.
they traded Jacoby Myers. If my Google would like to load for for a fourth and sixth in 2026. So in this upcoming draft, they gave up a fourth rounder and a sixth rounder. So a day 2 and a day 3 pick.
Yeah. So again, they gave up a pretty decent package for him. So like I don't understand the un also I almost want to say this is like a scheme thing with Cohen or whoever is calling the shots there, because
I think Cohen calls the plays.
yeah, which like former offensive coordinator, duh. But it just, I don't know, it baffles me
Mm-hmm.
that Trevor Lawrence is in, I believe, his sixth year now. No, sorry, fifth. I think this is his fifth year
Mm-hmm.
because he was drafted in 2021.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but I mean, like, at what point do you wonder, like, do we need to get someone else? Because this is just, you can't have this dude just putting up random fucking stinkers whenever he feels like it, you know?
I mean, it's not even the fact
Um,
that when he feels like it. I feel like this is just the norm for him. He's not producing, he's not throwing. All of his downfield balls are inconsistent. Everything that's short yardage is hospital balls to an extent because there's no room for scheming
yeah.
for downfield plays. When you're out Travis Hunter and BTJ, you need to retool. And I think Liam Cohen, just in his first year, didn't account for that.
And the crazy part is that speaking of the hospital ball scenario, it's what started scaring Brian Thomas Jr. at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
That's why he had such low production, is because he was playing scared because Lawrence was tossing him hospital balls that were going to get him killed.
Yeah. So it's
So,
something going on with this scheme because last year we saw under a terrible head coach Brian Thomas Jr. having the production of a lifetime. And yes, they had Christian Kirk, who takes a lot of the target shares in that Jags team last year, who was able to let Brian Thomas Jr. kind of get more open down the field because uh,
mm,
Kirk is a short guy, like a short range guy. But what I will say
yeah.
is when you don't have that, when you don't have your vertical threat, when you don't have your number one guy, it gets to a point of okay, how are we going to change up the scheme? And what I saw out there was just nothing. This was a terribly coached game by a terrible coach. I'm not high on Liam Cohen. I don't think he's a good coach. I honestly think that he just kind of lets his guys do whatever. And they either will somehow win or they'll somehow stumble to a win or they'll lose like they did yesterday. This Texans team was coached incredibly well. Davis Mills looked like a real leader. Nico Collins had 163 yards on 7 catches. Dalton
Yeah.
Schultz was the man who
Oh,
led them
136, 136.
136, my bad. Dalton Schultz was the
Still
man
crazy.
who led this comeback after the touchdown and the big play on 3rd and 10 within their own 20. Jaden Higgins, the rookie, had a good game. Noel he went 4 for 4. Woody Marks, after getting hurt, came back in this game. Nick Chubb, almost 50 yards on 5 carries.
Yeah.
This was a great team that Houston was playing as because they believed in themselves. Davis Mills believed in this team, and he took a couple
Power of
hits.
friendship.
He
God,
he
come back.
he took a couple hits. Eric Armstead and Eric Armstead's no
Well, he only
joke.
got sacked twice. He only
Yeah,
got sacked twice,
and
which I mean,
yeah,
the Texans were able to get 5 sacks off and
yeah, because
eight
Danielle
tackles
Hunter.
for loss compared to
Yeah,
five.
because Danielle
So
Hunter's a fucking demon. Three and a half
yeah, he's
sacks
a
for Danielle
literal
Hunter. Henry
literal cheat
2020
code.
split that sack, and then Will Anderson getting the last sack of the game that was ended up being the
Hmm.
fumble where Sheldon Rankins, fuck you Sheldon Rankins, by the way, where was this in Cincinnati? um, took it back for the scoop and score.
Yeah. I mean, it's the thing is like with the Texans, it's literally just their O line that's holding them back, and it's like when they don't have the O line holding them back, no fucking shit, they're gonna win
Yeah,
games.
because when you face a terrible pass rush team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, your offense is going to look
Yeah.
electric because you have this quarterback who has been in the system for a long time. Davis Mills, under our NFL viewer standards, is now a veteran. You know,
Yeah.
we're seeing the poise, we're seeing the and look, I love CJ Stroud, but I think he needs to really take in some of these games on the bench. And I really
Hmm.
think he needs to observe what Davis Mills is doing because however much I want CJ Stroud to exceed, I don't want to watch him try and fail. What I want
Hmm.
CJ Stroud to do is take that game as a lesson and how to lead a team and how to will a comeback and how to play in a messy, scrappy game. This is a learning opportunity for the young man. As for the
Yeah,
Jaguars,
absolutely.
I think their record starting, they were like let
They
me
were 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1.
Yeah, they were 4-1 and now we're 5-4. Dude, I'm sorry.
Complete collapse.
I have a real hard time envisioning this team in the playoffs. They have to host the Chargers Then they go to Arizona and Tennessee. Both should be wins, but given this defense, I don't know. They might lose to Arizona and Jacoby Brissett. But
Yeah.
then you have the
You
best
play the
team.
Colts twice in
Yeah,
December.
yeah. I was gonna say you have your best team in the conference, or in the conference. The Colts are the 1 seed right now. You have to play them twice in a 4-game span. Then you have to go to Mile High. Never an easy place to play in Mile High.
Yeah. Especially in November when they're used to the warm, and Denver is most likely going to be coated in snow.
Exactly. So, I have a hard time seeing this Jacksonville team doing anything better than 9-8 if they're lucky.
Maybe.
But look, Liam Cohen as head coach, I wasn't high on the hiring. I wasn't high on him before. I'm not really that high on it, man.
Yeah. I say they'll probably give it like at least 3, maybe unless it gets really bad, I say like 3 years, and then we kind of assess from there.
Absolutely.
But I'm with you on the opinion of the Jags is that they are not a great team, and it is showing quickly.
Absolutely.
After a pretty good start, which by the way, same thing happened under Doug Peterson, I'm pretty sure, in his last season.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look at their record, but
yeah,
I'm like 99% sure that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers Chargers happened, I guess.
Yeah, that was just a snoozer of a game. Once again, the Steelers don't show up on primetime, but what else is new? Mike Tomlin never wins in primetime.
Yeah. Rams Niners also happened.
I'll tell you what, Matt Stafford is, I'd say right now, he should be second in MVP odds right now. It's Drake May, and then it's him. Matt Stafford has looked fantastic.
He's 25-2.
Yeah, he looks
for
amazing.
Passing touchdown interception rate.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. These are Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay numbers we're seeing here, and I don't think it's getting enough attention.
Almost 2,500 yards through what's this, 9 games now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's putting up almost 270 passing yards a game.
I will say one thing: the Niners need to stick with Mac Jones. If Brock Purdy comes back, I don't care. Keep him on the bench.
No. Yeah. Mac Jones is playing lights out on that team. Even with all the roster turmoil.
Yeah.
Whereas we saw with Brock Purdy and his injury, he looked uncomfortable and stunted and just wasn't showing the same flashes as they were for that Super Bowl run.
I agree. Lions Washington happened. Lions are
Fuck you, Donald Trump. Stay out of the fucking booth, you orange piece of shit. Anyways.
I will say this. I don't agree with the man's politics, but if I turn on Fox and geriatric Trump is there and is like, well, look at Patrick Mahomes. He has a great arm. The best arm even. He throws it downfield. Oh my goodness, Xavier Worthy. What a completion. Touchdown, Chiefs. I'm sorry, dude. That's fucking hilarious. We both disagree with him politically. That would be the funniest shit of all time, and I need you to understand that.
No, I like you just reenacting that was cracking me up.
Yeah, oh, Joe Burrow. Oh, no, Joe Burrow sacked. Oh, his leg is broken. It's over for the Bengals.
Joe Burrow has died on the field.
Look, man. We can hate the guy politically, but that him in the Fox booth would be fucking hilarious.
That's the nice part is that I don't have to watch Fox.
Exactly. There you go.
And also, it's not like they're gonna not put him on.
Yeah, exactly. But
anything but reopening the government. Anyways, I loved hearing that yesterday. That was too funny.
Yeah. Yeah. The Commanders look just terrible. There is no run game outside of Austin Eckler. All the Bill Krosky Merritt fans have just been so disappointed. Yeah. Me. Treylon Burks had 3 catches for 58 yards. Good for him. Former first rounder, was cut by the Titans after breaking his collarbone and rehabbing it, but good for him.
You exist, bro. Good job.
I think I legitimately think that when JD comes back and when Terry comes back, that he will have a place on this team. I genuinely think as wide receiver 3 that he fits into the scheme really well. I really do also like this fit, given how they use Debo. I think Treylon Burks can be kind of that same role. You can give Debo a little more versatility in the offense. I really like both of them.
Kind of run Debo on more of those like RB sweep kind of
Yeah,
plays like San
yeah,
Francisco used to do.
yeah, and I think that kind of gives JD more opportunities to work with his players in the short and long game. Gives Terry
Mhm.
the true isolation vertical threat. Has more opportunity, like I said, for the short game.
Yeah,
Jameer Gibbs is Jesus.
we been knew this,
Yesterday
but yeah.
was the RB Sunday. Jameson Williams breakout game finally.
Thank goodness, because I picked him off waivers in 2 leagues this week,
Good for
and
you.
I was hoping and fucking praying
Yeah.
he wouldn't have one of those donut games like
Good
he
for you,
tends
man.
to do.
Good for you.
I'm also dropping him in both leagues after this
Yeah,
week.
no, that's fair.
Because he tends to do that, is have one good game and then
Yeah.
fucks right off.
We talked about Seattle already. Did we talk about
Yeah.
Chicago?
I kind of just glossed over it because
Okay.
was it was whatever.
I mean,
Dart does leave with a concussion.
I I,
Hopefully
I
he's
mean
okay.
14-point comeback for the Bears ain't nothing. After the
Fair.
donut that Rome Odunze put up against the Bengals and DJ Moore had the 20-point fantasy game, flip flops.
Mhm.
Rome Odunze gets 6 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown, while DJ Moore doesn't even get a single catch. Yeah, Jackson Dart leaves and Russell Wilson comes in and the Giants fall apart. Now this morning Brian Dable has been fired.
Wait,
They're
really?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, Brian
Wow.
Dable's out in New York. Their offensive coordinator is
Dang.
now the interim head coach, which
Hmm.
is kind of crazy to me how the offensive coordinator is taking Brian Dable's job while the defense has been the star of the show in New York. Obviously, the defense it's been a joint effort for the offense and defense in the Giants. They have led by 10 plus points on 4 road games, and all 4 of those road games they lost. They ended up blowing those leads. Um, yeah, Jackson Dart was doing everything he could. Tyron Tracy looked great. Devin Singletary, super inefficient. But Darius Slayton had himself a good day. Theo Johnson is getting more work. I'd like to see how he improves. I think he's a third-year man out of Penn State. Um, Wan'Dale Robinson, 11 targets and 62 yards. No passing touchdowns for the Giants, only the 2 rushing touchdowns from Jackson Dart. And then Caleb Williams was able to pull together 2 very great drives back to back for Chicago to go ahead and take this lead. Luther Burden had a really good day. Colson Loveland has really just shined in this offense recently. Granted, it's taking a lot of these targets away from these wide receivers, like DJ Moore, like Romeo Odunze against Cincinnati last week. DeAndre Swift, though, he saw a lot more carries today than a lot of people thought he would. They thought Monangai was going to go ahead and just take this job from him. They thought they were going to split the snaps, but then DeAndre Swift had a couple of really long runs, and he was more active in the passing game. Monangai did get the touchdown in the first quarter, however, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Bears move forward. And
I have a feeling they'll probably use him as more of a short yardage, like punch it through in the end zone kind
yeah,
of guy. Just because
yeah,
that is how Monangai kind of was at Rutgers, albeit he was also their do-it-all guy, but that's also because they didn't have a good
yeah,
second option.
yeah,
So I think Monangai fits better in that third and short or goal to go situation kind of guy.
yeah. Yeah, I absolutely am in agreement with you. What I will say though is I would like to see Monangai get a lot more touches as a rookie. Only 7 carries, and 1 target doesn't really breathe too much confidence in me, like for developing this guy, especially after having 150 plus yards in Cincinnati. Even though I get it, Cincinnati's a very terrible defense. You would like to see him get a little bit more action. Is all I'm saying.
When the hell did Youngwei? Oh, that was apparently this was Youngwei Koo's first game as a Giant.
Yeah, yeah. After the
I just
yeah,
noticed that on the side. I
yeah,
didn't know
yeah,
he got picked up.
yeah. After the Falcons cut him a couple weeks ago, he signs the practice squad. Gano has been dealing with some injuries, so they put Young Wei Koo in, and I think he made all of his kicks.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on field goals and 2 for 2 on extra points.
There you go. Young Wei Koo's back, so the NFL is healing.
Yes. And he's not terrorizing
Um.
my Saints anymore, so hooray.
All right. Did we talk about Falcons, Colts, or Bills, Dolphins? If you did,
Neither,
okay.
actually.
I want to talk about the London game because my body woke up at 7:30 to watch this game on my phone.
I mean,
I was literally ESPN'd up and my phone was to my face.
mhm. I, I mean, what else is there to say except Jonathan Taylor is our MVP?
Yeah, no, I believe Jonathan Taylor should be offensive player of the year at minimum. Definitely, I think he should get MVP votes. Um, I'm not going to discredit Daniel Jones though. Daniel Jones was popped in the
Hmm.
mouth multiple times. On the fourth quarter drive to tie the game, his mouth was bloodied. He was spitting out blood, and he was able to
That's
complete
kind of
a
bummer,
lot of
actually.
passes. That's just a guy who wants it more, And
Yeah,
Daniel
and I
Jones,
mean, you take 7 sacks on the day, and
yeah,
you still have a pretty like decent day.
yeah,
I mean, 255, one pass, one touchdown, one pick, and you still get 53 rushing yards on the day. Like
yeah.
that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and this is
So,
a
oh, and he lost a fumble,
yeah.
definitely didn't help things, but
Well, this
also,
is a Falcons team that we've been talking about their pass rush all year, especially with the two
hmm
rookies in Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. I mean, we've talked about these guys all year. With the Minnesota game, we talked about these guys who have been quiet just because of the how many pass rushers they cycle through. But I mean, Jesse Bates got his second pick of the year as well as a forced fumble. Jalen Walker got a forced fumble on one of his sacks. Zach Harrison got a forced fumble on one of his sacks, and Zach Harrison having a 4.5 sack season. That good for him,
yeah,
As well as
at his age, it's crazy.
James Pierce getting uh, a
Hmm.
forced fumble on one of his sacks as well. And then one guy whose name I expected to talk about more but haven't is Caden Ellis, linebacker.
Yeah, that's right.
I expected to see a little bit more production out of him, but he had
Was he better last year?
I want to look at
I can't. I feel.
his game logs from last year.
Yeah, let me see. I'm looking at yours right now. So
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
looking at this with you.
yeah, I mean, first of all, obviously he had only the one pick. He had 4 sacks. I remember him from last year because he had these in December. He was tearing it up. He had 4 sacks,
Hmm.
one in every 4 games, and then obviously the last 2 games he didn't. But I mean, look at those tackle numbers, man.
Hmm.
Look at those tackle numbers right there.
Those combined tackle. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna say his name a lot more, but this
There's
isn't it.
just
Yeah.
there's a lot of talent up. There's a lot of talent out
Yeah,
there.
no, there's a lot of bodies. AJ Terrell um had some pretty good pass breakups. There was another man who had really good pass breakups. I forget his name. Maybe it was Brooks. I don't remember. Or maybe it was Hodge. No, Hodge is the wide receiver. What am I talking about? I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
think.
Kadero Hodge is
Yeah.
definitely not
Hey, I will say
that.
Xavier Watts. Xavier Watts as a rookie has looked fantastic. Him in
Hmm.
Atlanta next to Jesse Bates has been legendary. I have been really impressed with him. It makes me once again mad that the Bengals didn't draft him because we absolutely needed Xavier Watts. But dude, he looks so good. And the Colts 8-2, man. Indiana's 8-2. They don't need a Donnie Mitchell. Tyler Warren, almost 1 yard shy of a 100-yard game. He looked fantastic in that game. He was carving it
Hmm.
up. He was getting a lot of
As
yards after
always.
catch. Alec Pierce, the really good touchdown grab on the deep ball. Jonathan Taylor, 3 for 3, 42, just to add. So 246 total yards. I'm sorry,
Yeah, 286.
286. 286.
I mean,
Michael
man.
Pittman, super quiet day, but then again, he was covered by AJ Terrell, their cornerback one, along with Jesse Bates. It's going to be really hard to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be hard to air raid to him
yeah,
when you've got both of them just sitting high
I want to see
and ready
more
for
of
it.
Doolin. I want to see more of Doolin in this offense, given Donnie Mitchell's movement.
Departure, yeah.
Yeah, like I want to see more of Doolin because there were a couple games where he was using the run game, he was using the receiving game against, I believe it was the Rams. I want to look at the game logs here real quick. Oh, it was Las Vegas. That's where it was, where he had the 35-yard
Mhm.
and then a 20-yarder, and I'm like, man, this guy's kind of good.
And then they
And
just
then
never use him
yeah,
ever again.
um, Lou Anarumo is using Doolin on defense as well
Yeah, that's crazy.
at 6'2", 215.
Hey, from Reynoldsburg?
Yeah. He's from Reynoldsburg. I'm glad you caught that.
Nice.
Yeah, but the
Always.
Colts ended up figuring it out. Colts special teams kicker situation's got to be figured out. Bagley
Mm-hmm.
or is it Bagley or
I think it's Bagley, yeah.
Bagley?
Or something close to that.
Dude, at this point you gotta call Rodrigo Blankenship.
Do it. Fucking do it. He's
Like-
been hitting kicks every single week.
Yeah, I mean honestly, like he looks like it's been great. But Bagley's
Do a
missing
reunion. Fuck it.
He's missing a lot of easy field goals, and in the year we're having with kickers with Cam Little and Aubrey and the dude from the Raiders. Oh my God, who's the guy from the Raiders? The kicker, Daniel Carlson. And
Oh yeah, Carlson.
I mean, shit, Younghoe Koo on a new team. Evan McPherson has had a really good kicking year. He hasn't really missed many field goals.
Brandon Aubrey is still doing his thing.
I said Brandon Aubrey, but I appreciate it.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, it's even Fairburn, the dude out of
Kami Fairbairn.
Yeah, Fairbairn out of Texas. Like there are a lot of good kickers going around right now. Hey, even Tyler Loop for the Ravens.
There are better ones coming into the league as well.
Evan McPherson's
Like,
younger brother is currently in college at Auburn.
We have the Japanese kicker from Hawaii who's been fucking lights out.
I think a team needs to invest in him. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
the Colts are great. The Falcons need to figure something out because at 3-6.
Oh, also Nick Folk. Nick Folk having a good year.
Yes, Nick Folk. That's one name. The Bills, in a weird move, are signing McCole Hardman to the practice squad after not being able to trade for a receiver. That's weird.
Yeah, and yet, fucking Curtis Samuel is getting fuck all. By the way.
Okay, we need to also talk about this because we didn't talk about this.
I just want to mention. I do want to mention with Michael Bagley. I want to mention his kicking numbers right now.
Yeah.
He's hitting 87% of his field goals, and he's 88% on extra points. That's kind of not great.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you're sub 90 in both categories, but his field goals aren't long leggers, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. He's only made 2 from 50 plus, 3 from 40 to 49, and he's only made 2 from 30 to 39, which admittedly, they haven't had to kick much, but at the same time,
when you need it's not there.
Yeah.
Oh, also Chris Boswell.
I think it was just
Chris Boswell from the Steelers is always great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very consistent. Eddie Pinheiro actually has been really good.
Eddie Pinheiro has been good, but
the 49ers.
But I want to kind of like talk about something serious. Marshawn Nealon for the Cowboys did tragically take his life a week ago. Cowboys defensive end who had the scoop and score against Arizona. Dude, terrible to watch. Like to learn about. It's a horrible situation. Let's go Lions, go Chargers subs. Thanks. But it was a terrible situation. He had gotten into an accident, ran away. This last week.
Yeah. It happened on Thursday, and he got the scoop and score on Monday.
Yeah. So he played on Monday against the Cardinals. This past Thursday, he tragically took his own life after being chased by the police. It was a very bad situation. Yeah. I know I don't have my face cam on because of technical difficulties right now. You are loved.
Turn it back on for a real moment.
Yeah. I will actually. Okay.
Real talk.
Real talk.
We're sitting you down.
Yeah. You are loved. You are appreciated. If you need mental help, please contact someone. This is very important. We live in a very, very, very uneasy time. Someone will be there for you always. Mental health is
even
so
if it's a stranger.
Yeah, even if it's a stranger, someone will talk to you.
If there's always got to be just that one act of kindness that changes everything.
Thank you guys for acknowledging this so much. I absolutely will talk about mental health in a positive light all the time. This needs to be addressed. It's always needs to be addressed.
Yep.
We'll see if the camera works now. I gave my PC a bit of a break, but I wanted to bring that up just because I read that. I was sick to my stomach. I think about the Kyren Lacy situation that we're now getting more information about over the past couple months. It's so
That
important.
hearing about that situation had me really fucking pissed off.
Oh, Barstool is on my shit list forever because of it.
Oh, they've been on my shit list, but
Yeah,
that just made it even worse.
I
Like
completely agree.
one specific creator. I think I mentioned this when we talked about Lacey in the past.
We've yeah. Me and you have
Yeah.
the same ideas. No need to. Anyway,
Yeah.
outside of NFL scores, Joe Burrow has now been cleared for practice. He is returning to practice on limited participation. He is on track to play for Thanksgiving. I want your opinions.
Don't.
Very
Do
good. Very good. Very good.
Not. Do not.
Yeah.
Do not.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Stop. If you're trying to make some fake fucking playoff run,
No.
stop.
Yeah. No. There is no playoff run for the Cincinnati Bengals. What there is you practice Joe Burrow, you healthy scratch him for the rest of the season, you traded for Joe Flacco, play it out, and if nothing happens, you get a good draft pick.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
Like if the tank continues, let it continue.
Mm-hmm.
Not that hard.
Yeah. We're not going to get into any.
It's real fucking simple.
We're not going to get anything
if
for
you want to
Trey,
be the worst 9-8, if you want to be the worst 9-8 team in the playoffs and be one and dones and get Joe Burrow killed, that's your fucking fault.
I agree.
There is no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. I am really, really, really sick of the Cincinnati Bengals trying to force something with this team. Yep. There is nothing there. We have Justin Fields, who is throwing for double-digit yards against every other team except the Bengals, where he throws for 250. If that can't show you how bad this defense is and we need a different approach, then that's what it is. Also,
and you also need a better draft pick.
Also, I'm jealous that the Giants moved on from Brian Daboll so fast, because I wish we'd do that with Zach Taylor.
Unfortunately, the leadership in New York is a little more used to turning things over.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
And restarting.
You're absolutely correct.
So,
whew, my nose, itchy.
Yeah.
All right.
Last thing we need to talk about.
Yep.
Victory Monday.
There you go. There you go. Have a day, man. Tyler Shough. Okay.
He had himself a day. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
He might be. Well, he's definitely taking that fucking starting job.
Yeah. No, there's no competition.
Which I kind of wanted him to do a couple weeks ago so that we could get him into the system. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't you know it, when he gets some time in the system, yeah, he started to look pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll admit. I did not. However, I'm going to put a timeout on that statement. That does not mean I am a Shough believer. I am still cautiously optimistic.
The Eagles play in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll know.
So the Eagles are existing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We don't know. It's Eagles Packers. God, that's gonna be such a good game.
That's gonna be peak. I'm not gonna lie. I will say this: with Chris Olave, that motherfucker is superhuman.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. He told that safety to get the fuck off of him.
I saw that.
And the one-handed catch.
Beautiful.
Chris Olave, man.
Chris Olave looked like that. He looked like that senior OSU season. I got
Fuck, it was so good.
I got Sugar Bowl vibes watching that man play against Carolina. What I will say though, Bryce Young didn't have a great day, unfortunately.
No.
And I'm a Bryce Young supporter. I really like Bryce Young. I think he's a great person, so I want him to succeed. But I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's a system thing. I don't know if it's a Carolina thing. I don't think he's ever going to work out, because he has these stints where he looks so strong, and then he just gets in his own head, and it doesn't.
And then it just. And it's happened multiple. Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's happened multiple years in a row where he's had like this stretch of like 2 games. He runs into one good defense, shits the bucket, and then just doesn't recover.
What I will say though, the Saints did a really good job of holding Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle has looked amazing these past 4 weeks. The Saints held him well.
A very good showing for the Saints. That's the one thing. That is the one thing I have been positive about with the Saints this entire season, is our defense and our ability to run a halfway decent defense, even though
Yeah.
I don't think Brandon Staley is a great defensive coordinator these days.
No,
I think
no.
I think that is a product of the pieces that we have and not necessarily a part of
The coach.
our staff.
Yeah. And I can
Yeah.
agree with that. What I will say though is I was happy at some of the things the Carolina defense did. Nick Scott, former Bengal, he was active in the tackle game. That's always nice to see. What I will say,
Yep.
Nick Scorton, linebacker out of South Carolina, third
Nick
sack of the
Scrotum.
year. Someone who I really wanted in Cincinnati, but you can't have everything, I guess.
You guys can have nothing. What do you mean?
Yeah, true. Kool-Aid McKinstry for you guys though. He's looked
Oh,
great. He's looked
yes,
great.
he has had a fantastic season. And the thing is that going off of last year, I knew he was going to be really good.
Yeah, no, but like Juwan Johnson, what a day for him. That was a really good
Mm-hmm.
day out of the big guy.
Yeah.
McMillan, I mean, probably.
AK finally had a solid day.
Yeah, no, this was.
I have been waiting so long for AK to have a solid day just so I knew that he still had it. And he does indeed still have it, which means, well, if we didn't have AK saying he doesn't want to be traded, we'd get really good trade value for him. But
Yeah.
at the same time, he wants to retire as Saint, which, I've repeated over and over again that I really do appreciate the sentiment and his dedication to New
Mhm.
Orleans and what he's done for this city. But at the same time, man, chase a ring. I don't care, man.
Yeah. Like
This team needs to rebuild, and you are going to be a part of that. I would rather you go win a ring with a team that needs you.
because as much as I hate to say it, as much as I hate and it pains me to say it, dude, I would really, really, really like to see a AK for Kenneth Walker swap in Seattle.
That would be pretty good.
They use
Except-
Charbonnet as RB1 already.
Except Zach Sharbish stealed a touchdown with,
I think, and it would give New Orleans a better pure rusher. Would also give Devin Neal.
Mhm.
I want Devin Neal to get more carries, man.
Yeah, he looked good in the time that he was out on the field.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, coming out of Kansas, we kind of knew that. It's just, again,
Mhm.
he's young and he hasn't had the opportunity to really prove himself there
Yeah.
yet. But I think under Kellen Moore, he'll figure it out.
I hear it.
So,
Yeah.
all things considered, this was a day of hope for
Yeah.
Saints fans, I think.
Good for you. I'm
In-
glad you had
in
that.
the fact that if not a when and if the organization can make the right choices and pick up the right needs in both the offseason and in the draft, we might have a future again. I don't know. But we also need to stop overpaying for things and understand when things aren't working
Mhm.
out with certain aspects
Yeah.
of the staff and just get rid of it.
Yeah, I hear you. I really do.
So, which I think one of the things that we've been better about is our medical bitch.
I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
What I'm saying.
Bitch ass. Shut up. Anyways, I will say our team is a lot healthier this year. That is something I want to mention. Because a lot of the guys that are like our top guys are staying healthy for like pretty much.
Yeah,
Obviously
it is.
Kendra Miller is still out with the knee, which we would like to have him as our RB2 just because he's more experienced than Devin Neal.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't mind Neal getting some experience right
Mhm.
now, just as a stopgap sort of
Mhm.
thing. I think the Miller Neal agenda could become a thing of the future.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, as always, that relies on the O line, and yeah, still need to put our trust in us
Mhm.
drafting that. But I'm not going to get caught up on semantics right now. I'm just going to enjoy this rare victory Monday.
There you go.
I am just going to enjoy being in the W column for a week.
There you go. Good for you, man.
So, and you know
Uh,
what, Chuck, I might not be familiar with your game, Chief. Give me a couple more weeks, and I might say that in earnest.
I will say one thing that I did want to touch on or ask you. It's
Mm-hmm.
still quarterback first round, right? For you, it's still quarterback first round.
100%.
Okay.
1000%. There is too much top tier talent
Mm-hmm.
in this draft
Mm-hmm.
that if they don't go immediately,
Mm-hmm.
we need to pick one up.
Who do you want personally, Mendoza or Ty Simpson?
I want Mendoza.
You want Mendoza? That's fair.
I want Mendoza
Mm-hmm.
because the thing with Ty Simpson is that given our situation, I do not think that Ty Simpson can thrive.
Okay.
And also, it's just with how Kellen Moore has operated as a head coach and an offensive coordinator
Mm-hmm.
in the past, he has liked guys that don't just only sit in the pocket and sling the rock.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
He likes the guys that can use their legs, and I've
Mm-hmm.
seen more out of Fernando Mendoza's running ability than I have with Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson is a great, amazing pure pocket passer, but when it comes to the running game, he doesn't have the build for it.
Yeah.
He's just too
I
he's a little too stationary in the
yeah.
pocket. And
I
that's
totally get it.
that is fine. He can thrive in a good system that can
Mm-hmm.
protect him.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an issue with him. Again, he's playing lights out fucking football and he's
Absolutely.
one of, if not the best quarterbacks in college football. It's just with the scheme that we have, I would rather have Mendoza.
I totally get that. I just wanted to know your opinion. That's all. All
I
right.
would rather have
Okay. For
I
those of
would
you,
rather, but we talked about it this weekend,
yeah.
so
For those of you who kind of cut out when I started laughing, he said I'd rather have Julian stay in. But you know, is what it is.
can't have everything in life.
No, you can't.
Mendoza is still a fantastic option, and he's still from the Big Ten, so it counts.
You know what? Fair enough. Is it college time?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay.
I saved the best for last, I guessed. I
Oh,
guessed. What am I fucking talking about? I
one
need to
thing I
shut the
will
fuck up.
say though about the Bills Dolphins game, if you didn't know
Mm,
this, the Bills tried to acquire Jalen Waddle at the deadline.
yes, I did see that.
And they offered a slew of picks, but none of them offered a first rounder for this year, so the Dolphins declined.
Yep, I think it
And
was a
it,
first rounder for next year and like a third
yeah,
for this year.
it was a first rounder for next year and a day two pick for 2026. And the Dolphins said no. Understandably, the Dolphins said no. That's an in-division rival. I understand. And the Dolphins went off by going nuclear. And I think that's just
Yeah,
funny to me how stuff works out like that.
Tua did not turn the ball over,
Except he did twice.
except he did. Yeah, but he didn't throw picks,
Yes, he did.
or did he?
Yes,
Or
he
did
did.
he? Oh,
He threw two picks.
oh, then never mind. Yeah, that's
He
Tua turned the ball
yeah,
over.
Josh Allen, while having a not touchdown heavy game, still scored 23 points after having like two turnovers. He had a fumble and a pick. If you want to get us started on college football, you absolutely can. I need to use the restroom.
Yeah. So obviously we're gonna start out with the. See, he's not scrolled up all the way. Damn. Or he's only in the. Yeah, that's only the top 25 games. Fuck. I kind of didn't. Well, one of my games of the week was not a top 25 game. It was a mat game. Um, and I don't have my stream up right now because I'm on hiatus. But excuse me. We talked about the OU Miami game this week, and it was chaos. Which I think is beautiful. I'll just wait till he comes back. Fuck it. But we had Tuesday action though. That's the fun part. You gotta love the Tuesday action, baby. It's November. It means it's time for super awesome weekday games, cause duh. Oof. Fuck, I gotta sneeze. Ooh. Sorry about that. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to look at like, yeah. See, he only has the ranked games up. That's the thing. Like, I'm not doing all ranked games anymore. We're covering the whole FBS because we've got conference championships starting to formulate, I guess. What with the Mountain West, CUSA, MAC, the American, obviously, and the Sun Belt all starting to really figure out um, who's at the top and who's at the bottom in terms of the pecking order of things. Oh, fuck. I didn't put my pizza away. Hold on. I didn't raise you that way to take that disrespect. Anyways, barring me having a full blown conversation with my own cat. Where is this motherfucker? He needs to take a shit faster. What the fuck? Actually, oh my god, that is. Fuck. That's crazy. Excuse me. Dude, where the hell is this guy? This fucking guy. What is going on? Oh, Jesus, that's a billion fucking. Oh my god. Friends blow up my freaking phone. DBD ping, and blah blah blah. Bro, where is this dude? This dude. Look at this dude. Oh, where's my notepad? Goodness gracious. Bro, where is this fucking guy? This fucking guy. Damn it, got a couple of minutes. What, dude?
Oh, did he leave? Well, hopefully he comes back soon. Hello, sir. I didn't realize you
You are, you
left.
motherfucker. I had to do a bunch of shit. I had to blow my nose and all this other shit and feed my fat ass and all
Yeah.
this other shit. So first game I want to talk about, it's not in the top 25, so get your all FBS games
Oh,
out.
yes. I forgot it doesn't do that automatically. Yes. Talk to me.
Ah, Tuesday action, baby.
Yes,
Some
sir.
fucking peak happened,
Yeah.
baby.
Let's talk about some Parker Navarro, baby.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about Dequan Finn doing his thing and throwing the game away.
Yeah, man, that was not good. I did
But
watch a little bit of
also
that game.
but also both teams did play well.
Yeah.
And it was just some fucking chaos.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you have a combined 28 points in the fourth quarter. Um,
Hmm.
and I will say, uh, uh, uh,
Also they went pick for pick, like basically at
they
the end
did.
there. It was crazy.
Bangura, man, he's
Oh
he's
yeah.
been looking
He went
great.
off.
He's been looking great, man. 830 yards and 10 touchdowns for the Bobcats. I mean, this is a guy who, in my opinion, I want to look at his size. I think he's kind of more on the wrecking ball body shape of things. Yeah, 6 foot 216, senior out of
Mhm.
Maryland. Dude, this is a guy who, if I'm uh an NFL team looking for like a later round running back, I'm looking that way.
He's someone you want to go for, yeah.
Uh, Qu- uh,
Because I mean,
Quinion Mitchell right now on the Eagles is down.
oh, that's no
I'm
fun.
watching the Packers game on my phone.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was just a crazy game, and
Absolutely.
OU is now in first place in the MAC, or tied for first. It is a four-way tie and breaking the Miami Redhawks undefeated MAC season now.
Yep.
So it is a four-way tie at the top at 4-1 between Ohio, Buffalo, Miami, Ohio, and
Hmm.
Western Michigan.
Will who do you think's gonna come out for the chip for the Mac chip?
Um,
Do you
I
think it's
think
gonna be last
I
year
think it's
again?
gonna be I think it's gonna be a rematch of last year. I don't think Buffalo has it, and I
I don't
don't
think they do
think
either.
I don't think Western Mich has it either.
I don't either.
They're good teams within the conference, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But I just think they're the
Hmm.
first couple out.
I mean it does rely on the Bobcats schedule because they face Western Michigan and Buffalo, um, sandwiching an Ole
Yeah.
Miss home game. But both of those games they have to do. They have to go to Western Michigan,
Mm.
this Sunday or this Saturday, excuse me, or no, tomorrow,
Yeah.
this Tuesday. Uh,
Yeah.
they'll go to Western Michigan, then they'll host UMass, and then they will go to Buffalo. So these are
Hmm.
gonna be serious games for the
Hmm.
Bobcats. And then
Well,
on
that's the same thing with Miami. They face Toledo in 2 days,
oh wow.
who are right outside
Yep.
of the MAC conference standings right now. I believe they're one game behind all the leaders,
Yep.
if I'm
Yep.
not
Yep. They're 3-2.
mistaken.
They're 3-2.
Yeah, they're 3-2 in conference, so that's a big one. And then they play Buffalo a week later.
Oh wow. So
So
Buffalo's last two games of the season are both home games against Miami and the Bobcats. Yeah, it's gonna get interesting in the MAC.
Mac
I'm excited.
Maction is happening, baby.
I love Maction
This is
so
what we
much.
this is what we this is what we thrive for November football
I agree.
is cold, sloppy, crazy action.
I agree.
We need cold games, we need snowy games, we need some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
that is the premise of the Mac. But anyways,
Hmm.
since that was one of my games of the week last week, I wanted to mention it, and I believe I picked OU to win that question mark?
Let's look at the notes. Let's look at the notes app. Notes.
I'd have to
You
check again.
picked da 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 da. You did
I
pick
did
the
pick OU.
Bobcats. He gets another win. Oh, also our NFL games. You picked the Pats.
I picked the Pats.
So you right now, before your other two college games, are sitting at 15-15, and I think you're gonna end off at 16-16. I think you're gonna end off at 500. I picked Philly.
Did SDSU win this weekend? Oh no, they got opened up by Hawaii.
They did not, and that was our other group of 5 besides the American teams. But we'll talk about the group of 5 when we get down to our rankings.
Yeah. We'll also talk to it when we talk about the week games.
Yes.
Let's see. For Wednesday, one thing specifically. Kent State.
Yeah, terrible.
They are choking away bowl eligibility like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, ridiculous.
But also, 3 wins on the season is already a win for them. I can't even fault them for that.
The Bengals. I'm just getting this news now, even though it happened at 10:30 this morning, my time. Have elevated Brian Oshmo II off the practice squad to the active roster, linebacker, and have signed undrafted rookie free agent linebacker Antoine Powell-Ryland. Antoine Powell-Ryland is another linebacker who had 16 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries in his senior season at Virginia Tech. He led the FBS over the past 2 seasons with 25.5 sacks.
He went undrafted?
He is an undersized.
Oh wait, didn't his leg just like fucking explode at the end of the year? Maybe I feel like I remember something about that, but I don't know.
This is the blurb I am reading. He is undersized at 6'2", 258, but is still an elite athlete, posting a relative athletic score in the 91st percentile of the pre-draft process. He was a productive college player that did not get an opportunity with the Eagles due to a defensive cluster in the room. The Bengals should absolutely be interested in signing him, even if it's to their practice squad. So there we go.
Well, there you go. They did it. There it is then.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, that's all I wanted to mention about the Wednesday slate because Toledo committed murder and ass off happened.
Yeah.
Thursday.
South. Hey, here come the Bulls, man. Here come the Bulls.
Yep. Here come the Bulls back to take the especially with everything that happened this week.
They could do it. They could do it. They could do it.
They certainly could. They are the highest ranked. I believe they're the highest ranked group of 5 team right now. But let me check that.
Navy,
actually,
Navy leads the American, but they face each other this week.
Your horses. We'll also hold your horses. If we're going off of the highest ranked G5, James Madison actually takes that.
James Madison does take that spot. However,
they are the number 24 team in the latest college football playoff rankings.
That is true.
With the Bulls right behind them at number 25.
Which is why I have the Bulls in my bracket.
We'll talk about that.
But
anyways.
We'll talk about it.
Anyways, USF definitely did USF things and committed murder.
Yep. Sorry, UTSA.
Hey, they didn't have any hopes of doing anything this year. So
No.
It is what it is, but we need to mention our group of 5 representatives of Duke, because mind you, the line on this game, South Florida was only favored by 2 scores. They won by 4 of those. So
we love that.
I would love to see USF get into the playoffs. I really don't care. I just want to see fun group of 5 football make it to the playoffs.
I think that
I really don't care.
I think given their offense, they have the best opportunity to compete with one of these higher tier teams. Is all I'm saying. Because we saw it against
Especially
Miami.
Given what they've.
We saw it against Florida in Gainesville, might I add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Jonathan Taylor just broke off like a 15-yarder.
Go fucking figure. Or Jonathan Taylor.
Or Saquon Barkley. I was looking at fantasy scores, and I'm facing Jonathan Taylor in 2 other leagues, by the way, so I'm getting my ass busted.
Yikes.
Anyways,
that's the end of Thursday. Yeah. You got anything for Thursday?
Go Bulls.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I will say, USF defense was looking pretty good. 6
They
sacks on
were.
the day,
They were.
one
They
pick,
were.
12 tackle for losses, one forced fumble
That makes
that
me
they
very
recovered.
excited for them getting hot right now with all of these
Mm-hmm.
teams that they need to win. Because, like we said, this American has backloaded all of their schedules. And right now, we're
Mm-hmm.
looking at a USF team that will play Navy this Saturday, turn around, and go to UBA and then host Rice. So they have to win out
Yeah.
to have a very, very good chance at this playoffs. And
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be important. It's going to be important for them to win out, but this Navy game is going to be their first one at Navy. And I think they need to blow them out of the
Yep.
water, personally.
I will say USF did get a very good start to this game with the
Mhm.
pick six and the scoop and score.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
But again, when your offense is running almost 500 yards when you're only holding the ball for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
once your defense starts you off right,
Yeah.
you're good from there.
Yeah.
You're good from
We
there.
saw the same thing with the Seahawks yesterday.
Yeah.
You know?
Albeit, I'm a little worried with them on third down because you cannot convert only 25%.
Yeah, that's been a problem for them all year. And given their flexibility on offense, what I will say though is I do really like the way that they have a lot of RPO options. I think they just need to take more advantage of that going into the third down. Given you have a quarterback in Brown who can run, and you have Davenport, who's a opportunistic running back. He got a lot of carries today,
and he got the big one
earlier this week.
obviously,
Yeah, the big one for the touchdown. You have a lot of running backs who are splitting snaps here, who are getting production. So I really think what it comes down to is you need to address the RPO just a little bit more.
Yeah,
That's what I think. I think that's what it comes down to personally.
Yeah. Okay. Friday. Actually, some good stuff happened Friday.
Actually, some good stuff. Houston,
Um,
way to hold.
Yes, way to hold on and stop UCF from snatching the win.
Yeah,
from the jaws of defeat.
I was genuinely impressed with Houston. USF, we're gonna have to have discussions about bowl eligibility. Are we gonna see that?
In the first year under Scott Frost, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Because they have to go to
Especially
T-Tech,
'cause,
then go to
yeah,
Oklahoma State,
coming off
and
of a
then
win.
go to BYU.
Nope,
That's tough,
not
man.
happening.
That's tough.
Not fucking happening.
Not happening. Those are 2 away games. Not happening. Sorry,
yeah, no.
UCF.
I mean, it's their first year under a new head coach.
It absolutely is.
Can't really do much about
Absolutely.
that one. And Scott Frost hasn't coached in the NCAA in years.
Yeah, no. It's a learning curve for everybody. I will say the 21 point second quarter was nice to watch them put together. That was decent.
Yeah, some signs of life, but obviously Houston was still able to respond as well. And that's just showing Wegman's experience. Albeit the 3 picks does not help.
I completely agree.
The 3 picks is not fantastic, but that's coming off of a pretty slow. That was a pretty slow first quarter that really just did not help things much.
Yep,
so,
I agree.
It is what it is. Obviously USC gets things done against Northwestern. I don't think anybody really doubted that one.
Easy.
Yep. And then the upset of this week.
The Green Waves, man.
I don't think many people expected it, but the Green Wave just took over.
I mean, the way
to be fair, Memphis did get a pretty decent comeback towards the end, but I mean, when I turned this game on, Memphis looked just fucking dead.
Look, man, the way we've been talking about the American, we can't not expect any of these teams to suddenly pop off. We saw Tulane have some really, really good games earlier this season, but we have had questions about Retzloff. He showed up today, and that's all it came down to. Retzloff showed up, and Lewis was slow, and that's all it came down to. Memphis did not have their run game but we've talked about that they haven't had an established run game all season. And
except for like a few sparse games here and there where DeRosier has gone off, but when DeRosier doesn't get started, I mean, well, obviously if you don't get the run game started, you're going to be in trouble, but especially with DeRosier,
if he doesn't get it established early, he doesn't get established, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tulane understood that, and I think that this was just a good game for the Green Waves. And Tulane is now throwing them back into the American conversation at 7-2. Tigers
Yeah,
are 8-2.
half a game behind
The
the
Navy
midshipmen.
7-2. USF is 7-2. Texas is 8 and North Texas is 8-1. This is going to be
Carolina is 6-3, by the way. I should mention that they are also in the running for this. Albeit, I don't think they're in the running for the playoff spot,
no.
but
Anything can happen.
they're in contention for winning the American, though.
They are, and that would shake things up because if that were to happen, I think if James Madison wins their division, then James Madison clears into the playoffs.
Yeah, East Carolina could absolutely just cannibalize the rest of the American if they played really well.
Granted, I don't think it's going to happen.
They could just drag everyone down with them.
I don't think
it's a chaos.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's a chaos scenario.
Absolutely, it is.
It's a non-zero chance.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like it is just so crowded at the top of this conference. Although
I agree.
I almost want to say with this loss that I think Memphis is out.
I don't want to say that they're out. They're out because of their schedule. And their schedule, like you said, Eastern Carolina, they have to play this week, where Eastern Carolina is favored, and then they have a really late bye week, and then they go to Navy. What Memphis is banking on right now is, hey, we need Navy to win next week, and then we need to beat the brakes off of Navy.
Yeah. It's just with 2 lost G5 teams, it's really
hard.
Difficult.
It's hard.
You have to have such a miracle case that it's a super long shot. But I guess they would not be mathematically out of it. It's just personally after that loss, for me, it kind of took them out of it.
I agree. I don't think the Tigers are going to make it, but I think they still have a chance. It's going to be really hard. And and we've talked about it all year, man. We've talked about how these teams got to figure out ways to win and how chaos scenarios do happen. And we're seeing that right now with USF. They're a 2-loss team, but given their resume, given their strength of schedule and their strength of victories,
and who they've lost to as well.
Exactly. Who they've lost to, who is Memphis and Miami.
3. Yeah.
So when we take that into account, I think personally that's just an overall better record than James Madison based on the schedule that they've played. That being said, anything can happen. It will deem what the college football gods deem as correct.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to add?
It'll be an interesting shakeup. But I think this was a good case for Tulane that if they can get hot at the right time after that pretty bad loss to UTSA.
Yeah, man, that was terrible.
They could put themselves back in the conversation, but also they don't play any top tier American teams for the next until conference championship weekend, where
unfortunately
they have to make the championship game or else they just
and that's gonna have to require obviously them to win out. It's gonna have to require Navy to lose either to USF or Memphis. And then that would require, that's pretty much it, because you need Navy and or USF to lose to get a spot in this. Because right now, as it stands, USF has the same record as you. Obviously, Navy's 5-1, but USF is 4-1, tied with 3 other teams, including Tulane, North Texas, and East Carolina. So this is a top-heavy American conference that's going to have to try to find the best team out of it, and that's going to happen by teams cannibalizing one another.
Absolutely.
All right.
So we will see how this pans out going forward, but I am very excited.
I also am very excited.
So moving on to Saturday now. I want to say, to start things off, shout out Sam Houston State. They are no longer winless.
Did they finally get a win? Did I miss that?
They won a football game, and it was a 17-point comeback.
That's excellent. Round of applause.
Okay, but hold on. I want you to pull up this game because the stats on it are fucked.
Let's see. When you say they're fucked, I'm scared.
No, they're super fucked. Super fucked.
When the webpage loads, holy moly! No.
Yeah.
You're joking. Yeah. They won a game like this? Oh, I love college
Check
football.
their scoring drives. Check their scoring. You'll see why.
Box score. Oh my gosh, returns the kickoff for a touchdown. Punch, blocked kick, touchdown, extra point, 35-yard pat. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
It
That
scored an offensive touchdown until the fourth quarter. And they won off of 157 yards of offense.
I love
They
college
went
football.
3 of 13 on third down.
Oh my god. That is a 300-yard net difference, dude. How do you
And they
lose that?
lost.
How do you, dude? If I'm an Oregon State fan, I'm in shambles. What the hell is even that?
Someone check on CF Budge right now.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't checked his content yet. I'm going to after this.
That's hilarious. No,
dude has to be in shambles.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious, dude. I actually can't. That's so funny.
I saw that this weekend and I'm like, no fucking. So, just to preface, I believe the only winless teams left in the entire FBS, Boston College is 1-9. They're lucky.
UMass hasn't won a game.
1-8. Yeah, it might be. It might only be UMass.
I can't think of anyone else. Is there anyone in the Sun Belt that's winless?
I'm looking right now.
That would be the only conference where I think.
Nope, because Georgia State has won a game. Same with Charlotte in the American. Yeah, UMass is the only winless team left in the entire FBS. That's
crazy. That's crazy, dude.
It is their first year. Oh, but on Wednesday, they face NIU.
They do. They
at
do.
home. That is one of the worst teams in the nation as well.
That absolutely is.
We might not see any winless teams this year. Who knows?
Maybe.
But that also might be UMass's last chance to win a game, if I remember correctly. I'd have to look. Hold on. I want to investigate this. Well, they could beat Bowling Green on November 25th.
They could. Bowling Green has not been great this season, man.
They have two opportunities to win a game at home. They're not beating OU away though. Fuck that shit.
No.
Anyways, I just wanted to mention the Sam Houston game because that was one of the funniest results of this weekend.
Absolutely.
So early slate. I think we need to start early slate.
Yes.
Let's see. We should. Whoa. I think I just died inside. What the fuck was that?
Don't do that. That's bad.
Excuse me. James Madison. Fuck, where is that fucking game?
For me, it's at the top of my screen, but yeah, we'll look at.
I'm trying to find it
on first.
I'm trying to find it on Real because it's being.
On
there
Real, it tells you the statistics in it. Look, I keep getting TikToks about it, man. Okay.
Trust me, I know. That's why I downloaded it. It was a little bit of a shaky game. I'm not gonna lie. Against a kind of bad Marshall team, you still let up a pretty decent amount.
I will say they were favored by 13 and a half. They won by 13.
Didn't cover by half a point, which
didn't cover by half a point, but also gave up more yards of offense than they had. So that kind of worries me a little bit for James Madison.
They let up a lot on the ground. They let up almost 250.
Yeah, so. I'm looking at that right now. Whew.
Admittedly, James Madison was very efficient in the passing game. 11.3 yards per attempt.
Yes, they were. No denying that. But when your defense can't stop the run.
Yeah, yeesh. It was pretty equal defensively. Like, no one could really stop anything. It's just one team was better in two separate, or each team had their own category that they were better in. So
absolutely.
But I mean, hey, apparently it was part of the James Madison playoff case. So
yeah,
it's another game in the books for them.
I'm not really high on James Madison. I understand they're undefeated in their conference. I understand the respect that they have earned. When you give up 250 yards on the ground to Marshall, that's cause for concern.
Is not. I don't think this is the same team that kept within 2 scores of Louisville a couple months ago.
No, and that worries me. if they have to be the last team in the playoffs, we're talking about a 5 seed that's potentially either Georgia, Ole Miss, or Oregon. Dude, I'm sorry, that team's gonna win by 90. I think one of these American teams honestly has a better chance compared to James Madison, and I think that needs to be factored in when making the playoffs. And I understand, we go off record, but we also need to go off
Strength of schedule and strength of wins.
And I think given the cases that we have, I think USF wins over James Madison in that proxy.
Most of the American teams that we've talked about, clear.
You put JMU in the American. I think they're 6-6.
I think they're like below East Carolina level. Like, I think they're going 500 in conference play, if not like one game above.
Yeah.
Because mind you, some of the games they've played this year, they only beat Georgia State, one of the worst teams in college football and the worst team in their conference, by one score.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
And again, did let Marshall cover technically.
Technically, you let Marshall cover.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they just caught. I mean, admittedly, it was an away game, and they've been away for 2 weeks now.
They have been.
But at the same time, it's just when we're getting this late in the season and we're talking about playoffs and winning the division.
Yeah,
you have to lock in.
I agree.
So I think James Madison is definitely shaky on my group of 5 playoff rankings, I guess.
I agree.
I'd still put him in like the top 10 on odds to make the playoffs personally.
They're top 5 for a group of 5 representative for me, given how the Americans cannibalize itself and how the Mountain West isn't looking great.
I'd say they're like just outside the top 5 for me, but
who would you have over them? Genuine question, because I kind of want to like understand why.
Yeah, so I'd say Tulane, Memphis, USF for sure.
Tulane, Memphis. You would put Memphis over JMU right now as it stands? Okay. So
yeah,
those 3.
Just with how they've played.
You putting North Texas in over them?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one I forgot. North Texas, which I don't know why I forgot them. They're kind of my odds-on favorite to make that.
I would say I'm putting JMU over any Mountain West representative right now.
Yeah, I think with the loss this weekend, it kind of bumps.
So I think they're my number 5.
I guess I put them at 5. Yeah.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, I could put them. Yeah, I put them at 5 for my odds on. But regardless, point still stands. If we're getting into the tough half of the season, you need to lock these kind of games down.
I agree.
Fast. You cannot have these kinds of performances going forward. That is the long and short of it. Otherwise, you will lose your conference. You will lose your ability to go to a conference title game possibly, and you will lose your ability to even make a case for the playoffs.
I agree.
Which is not something you want to do when you're having this good of a year.
I agree wholeheartedly.
But the rest of their year, and the thing is, they have a piss easy finish to the year.
They do.
App State, Wazoo, and you're away with the Chanticleers.
Yeah, that's not hard.
It's really not. Albeit Coastal Carolina, after starting off the season like pretty rough and rocky, they've started to kind of work things out, but also they're on kind of shaky ground just with the teams they've played recently, and they've played them decently close. So
I agree.
I think if James Madison wins convincingly these next 3 games and enters the playoffs at 11-1, or actually 12-1, assuming they win a conference title, obviously, they do have a pretty good case. But that's also assuming they win well and don't win ugly.
I completely agree.
Because I really think the only challenge to their throne right now is Southern Mississippi, obviously, since they're tied for first, obviously, in the Sun Belt. I don't think they've had any head.
No, they're not tied for first because James Madison's undefeated in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, so is Southern Mississippi. They're 5-0.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They have two conferences. It was just showing the one. They have two halves to the conference. That's on me. They were just showing the one side, and I was like, well, what the hell, you know?
Oh, I forget they have divisions still.
Yeah, divisions. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, East and West.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, poor Texas
Regardless,
State.
so. Ugh. That
Anyway,
was
anyway,
not what we expected out of year 5. But anyways, James Madison talk over. I
yeah.
promise.
I
Anything
mean,
catching your eye outside of the top 25 stuff? Because we'll get to that, I think.
yeah. Anything outside the top 25 that I mean, not really anything too crazy from what I saw like scanning this over. Um, just like some scores I want to touch on, but not games I necessarily like have to talk about.
Yeah.
Delaware getting the win over Louisiana Tech. That was
Close one.
That was good on them. Delaware still trying to make a name for themselves. Arizona, Kansas. I'm telling you, man, this Arizona team, do not sleep on them just because their record shows they're a little iffy. They have a lot of really good players. Kennesaw State.
Yeah.
Beating New Mexico State,
Undefeated
man.
in conference, by the way.
Kennesaw State,
Undefeated.
man. I'm impressed.
They are the current leaders of the CUSA alongside Jacksonville State. They are sitting at 7-2.
I think it's
and 5-0 in conference.
I think we have to talk about this.
Hmm.
Florida State, Clemson getting the win and storming the field. How the mighty have fallen is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, storming against a below 500 Florida State
is not
yeah,
great.
FSU is 4-5, by the way. Both these teams are 4-5, and you're storming the field for that shit.
It's not great.
That's their Super Bowl this year.
And then
embarrassing.
UCLA, Nebraska. I took UCLA to win this game, not in our picks, but in the ESPN picks. Man, backup quarterback. I thought the freshman could do it, and I just want to look at the box score because I haven't had a chance to. But man, oh man, oh man. Or not the freshman quarterback. I was thinking of Cal. I'm sorry. I thought Nico was going to be able to just steamroll through this defense, but man, was I wrong. And it's the ground game for Nebraska that ends up winning this game.
Yeah, Emmett Johnson had himself. He's had himself a killer. He's had himself a killer last 3 games.
I mean, dude, on the season, he's at 11-31 and 11 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in college football, if not the best. Right
now,
outside of like Ahmad Hardy. I think Ahmad Hardy's still the best.
Ahmad Hardy's good. I still think Coleman from Washington is better. Just from a talent standpoint, I think he's better. I don't think stats are purely everything, but I mean, look, this guy's a junior.
Yeah.
If he wants to stay, for Raiola to get back from surgery and play his senior year at Nebraska, I think that's great. But if he wants to go, granted, I think he should. I don't think he will, just because both of the Penn State running backs are also draft eligible. So gets a little.
I think I forget whose stock is lower right now, if it's Allen or Singleton, but
they're pretty neutral. I did a mock draft the other day. They're both pretty neutral.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Singleton is having a way better year than Allen.
I agree, but whatever.
People just don't know ball these days, I guess.
But the Cornhuskers were able to pull that one off. I really thought UCLA was going to be able to get a win to improve to 4-5, and we'd be talking about bowl eligibility for UCLA. But now, obviously, any loss takes them out of it, and they do have to play the Buckeyes.
Ding dong, the Reaper's here.
Yeah, it's not
at 7:30 night game in the cold. Ooh, Nico, night game in the cold again. Ooh, except it's not gonna be that cold. It's gonna be like 50 degrees here.
They did that shit on purpose. They scheduled that shit on purpose.
Which I think is so. I think is so fucking funny to me.
My goodness, man.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that game. It's gonna be so good.
For non-ranked games, last game I want to talk about, SDSU got belt to ass by the Rainbow Warriors. Hawaii, that's the best I've seen Hawaii play maybe all season. Granted, they did beat the brakes off of CSU. They beat CSU bad. This was against a 7-2 opponent or a 7-1 opponent.
This was against a Mountain West contender.
This was not great, man. The Rainbow Warriors
coming off of the bad loss to San Jose State last week. This is a huge rebound for them.
Yeah, the Rainbow Warriors looked fantastic in this game, man. I was really impressed with how Hawaii has been looking pretty much all season.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they got bowl eligible last week, and we're talking about maybe a Hawaii Conference championship. Granted, SDSU
they're half a game behind.
Yeah, they're half a game behind, and they have kind of a hard. They do have a bye week this week.
UNLV is a rough.
But they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to go to UNLV. But
yeah, we
can look at the two top teams. We can look at San Diego State, and I think San Diego State has. I don't think they have a hard schedule. They have.
The issue is they play Boise State.
They do play Boise State, so one of them's getting a loss.
If they drop that game, Hawaii sneaks in based on head-to-head.
Yeah, they don't have the head-to-head, and also San Jose State, who's been sneaky this season, and then New Mexico State. They'll finish in New Mexico, but then Boise State, obviously, like we said, SDSU. But I want to look at the rest of their schedule real quick. I'm pulling it up right now.
They have Colorado State on the 22nd, and then they are away at Utah State.
And remember, this is a Utah State team that put up 22 on Texas. They can score the ball.
Yeah. So and I mean, they're still sitting at 5-4, and they are decent in conference. I mean, they're 3-2 in conference. They are technically still in the running for the Mountain West, but also
anything can happen, man.
Yeah, any given Saturday.
This Mountain West got really wide open really fast.
Yeah, because I feel like if SDSU had won this game, I feel like it kind of would have been pretty said and done. But
I agree.
Hawaii said, nope, we're not done yet. Come here.
I agree.
What's crazy is that there are 4 teams sitting at 3-2, one game behind the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is a 7-team race for the Mountain West.
And how many
7.
How many weeks do we have left? 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 games for these guys.
It's gonna get exciting. I'm excited for conference championship time already, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is all I have to talk about for unranked. I'm not even addressing Colorado State.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I didn't even go to the game. And we debuted new unis.
Yikes. But also it's UNLV, it kind of makes sense. That was going to be murder. Duke UConn, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's one I missed. Man, dude, hey, let me tell you something about these Huskies, man. They need
they're coached real well.
They are so disciplined. This Huskies team, I get more impressed with every single day. This team needs to be in a conference.
Every single year.
This team...
They've been getting better year over year very quickly.
This team needs to be in a conference. I think this team needs to be in the ACC yesterday.
Or the MAC.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I think the Huskies need to be in a conference because given how they've played, given how they nosedive into a lot of these games, man, I've been
The thing is, they play a lot of MAC opponents. They played a lot of, hold on. Let's count the difference of, let's see, 1 ACC, 1 MAC, 2 MAC, 2 ACC. Okay, so they played 2 ACC and 2 MAC so far.
2 Americans in Rice and UAB.
Mountain West, American, and FAU. Okay, they kind of just play all over the fucking place.
No, 3 American because FAU and Rice.
Shit, do we need to put them in? Do we need to put them in the American?
American or MAC? If you put them in the American, where do you move? I don't know, man.
They'd be a contender in the American, genuinely, because this is a good Duke team, genuinely.
And their 3 losses are in overtime to Q's when Q's was hot.
Back when they still had Angeli.
Yeah, a double
Delaware
overtime
by 3.
Yeah, Delaware by 3, and Delaware's been up and down this season, and then a double overtime game to Rice. But in a double overtime game, when you start getting that deep into overtime, it's anyone's game.
No matter what.
And then Dude, I've been impressed with UConn, man. I really am.
Yeah.
I really like this team.
Yeah, it does suck for my confidence in Duke because given what happened this weekend, the ACC has been blown wide open.
And Duke could have taken
And
advantage of that.
I mean, technically they still can, but when you're sitting at 5-4, it's pretty fucking bad
Well,
momentum
it would have been
wise.
nice when if you went into this 6-3, still having the 4-1 conference record, you would get a little more confidence in going to a game like Virginia, where Virginia's
Where,
going to be clawing for a reason to get in.
yeah, especially after, this weekend.
Yes. So it's
So
getting a little dicey, man.
it's a really tough blow. I
Yeah.
think I
Mhm.
would take the Blue Devils out of the ACC conversation now.
I think that's because even if they make it, they're gonna either have to play G Tech or Louisville or Virginia, and honestly, I don't see Duke beating any of those teams.
Nope, not
Dude,
at
if they
all.
have to play Louisville, I think they might lose by 30. I'm honest. Like I'm just being as honest as I can
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, no,
Mm.
you're correct for that.
All right,
Yeah.
let's.
Let's see. We talked about Kennesaw.
Um, I
I'm trying
know.
to find any other
Well, I
ones.
know you have a list. I just want to not
I do
wrap
not have
up.
a list. I
Okay,
am
I don't want to wrap up super
spitballing.
quickly, but I do want to get some homework done. So I
Yeah.
think let's go through our picks. Um,
hmm Oh,
obviously,
final shout out to Missouri State.
yes, yes,
They're fourth in their conference, 6-3, 4-1 in their first year.
very impressive.
After beating Liberty this weekend, so they've had a very great first season. We just talked about Southern Miss. We just talked about Southern Miss. They had a good win against Arkansas State as
Yes, they did.
well. Sun Belt contenders, obviously, they can kind of do some damage there. So we will see how that evolves.
It's
But it was a very good away win for them.
it's very unfortunate that Missouri State can't participate in a bowl game.
Yes, it is terrible because they would be eligible this year.
That's a stupid rule. Change it. It's a stupid fucking
Very
rule.
stupid. Very stupid. Because actually, both teams probably could have been eligible. Because I believe Delaware's sitting at 5-4. Yeah, they're 5-4.
Yeah,
Delaware's one game out from being bowl eligible, and they play Sam Houston State this weekend.
stupid, stupid.
Like both first year teams could have gone to a bowl this year.
Terrible excuse for a league.
It makes the 1 year bowl rule dumber every single year
I hate it. I hate it every year.
because Sam Houston in their first year, 10-7, couldn't make a bowl game.
10-7. They don't play 17 games, brother.
Or 10 and they had a 10-win season.
10-2 then.
10-2. Yeah, I'm being sped as fuck. Um or wait, am I talking out of my ass with that one? 2023, 2024? Nope, not that one. Or sorry, 24. Oh no, 24, 25. I guess they were bowl eligible because they were still in the they were in the FBS at that time, I think. Well, regardless, it's a stupid fucking rule. It needs to go
I agree.
ASAP.
And yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I think that's it. So let's talk top 25.
All right. I mean, the first one on my screen is T Tech BYU, so we're gonna talk about
Yeah,
that. And you
I
predicted it
watched the
correctly.
beginning of this game, and wouldn't you know it? Look who went off that game, Baron Morton.
Baron Morton had a game, dude.
And mind you, he's still dealing with that leg injury.
He is.
I want to mention that.
He
So,
is.
which admittedly, BYU's defense was hounding him
Oh yeah.
all
Oh yeah.
day.
We talked about SDSU. So you, after week 11, sitting at 16-16 for your picks, you are at 500. Look at you go. Yeah. I mean, he was getting chased after. How many times did he get sacked? 4 or 5
Uh,
times.
5, I believe.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing 4.
4. Excuse me, 4.
Yeah, I mean BYU got to him, but man, I just don't think the freshman was built for it. I just don't think he was built for it. I don't think
No.
Bachmeyer was ready for the moment, and that's okay. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
And
Grant,
also, very hostile environment.
mhm.
T Tech was super fired up. Patty Mahomes was in attendance. You just had everything
I think
against
this
you,
is
man.
still a playoff team for BYU. If they lose to Cincinnati, then we have a discussion. But I still think, as it stands right now, BYU is still in the playoffs.
At worst, they are fringe.
At worst, they are fringe.
They are first four out. They are first four out.
In my rankings, they are still in the playoffs.
Personally, but I have them like right outside, literally like first one.
Okay.
So you could still technically call them a playoff team, I
I
guess.
I I
Playoff
have
caliber.
I have them as a playoff team personally.
So, but yeah, it was a really, really unfortunate game for them.
Yeah.
T Tech just T Tech just has the better. I mean, um, that linebacker, fuck, I forget his name. Can you check the defense? Or actually, I can check the defensive stats. Let
Absolutely.
me see.
Are you talking about height?
Rodriguez, maybe?
Rodriguez?
No, Bailey. No, no,
Ba-
no, no, no. Bailey.
oh, Bailey. Okay.
David Bailey, one
Yes.
of the best linebackers in all of college football. He
Yes.
was everywhere.
Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife. He's really good, dude.
He
I've seen a little bit
was
of his tape. He's nice.
he had a crazy game.
It
Just seeing him come around outside on the edge and just absolute like there was one time where he pulled like one of the cleanest side steps I've ever seen
mm-hmm.
to get to Bachmeyer.
Yeah. What I will say though is it helps for T Tech when you have a kicker who can make all 5 of his field goals with the long being from 47. That's really impressive,
Yeah.
and I think just making your kicks just makes it that much better.
Yeah, because it was a 34-yarder, a 29-yarder, a 39-yarder, a 27-yarder, and a 47.
Not bad. Have a day,
Yeah.
Mr. Harrington.
Um, I will say I don't think BYU had a chance to get things started just because of early mistakes with
Yeah.
the muff punt and the fumble.
Yeah.
It was a really bad start. And T Tech started off with a 10-0 lead. BYU was like this close to scoring and making it a one-score game.
Yeah.
They couldn't get it done, and then T Tech drives down the field and is able to get a last-second field goal, albeit BYU's defense did lock in the red zone and stop them from getting 6 at the end.
True.
They were this close, and they had to settle for field goal just because
Mm-hmm.
BYU was so just clustered in the red zone.
But I will say,
But
one thing for BYU, man, 3 of 14 on third down. Yeesh.
yeah,
Yeesh.
yeah,
That's not good.
It was that Texas Tech defensive line that was just they couldn't get anything done because they were dealing with so many long third downs because they couldn't get the run game established that they had to pass, and so they would just send their DBs in and you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was.
So it was a rough game. I mean, again, 3 turnovers on the day. It's just yeah. And you can only 68 rushing yards. It's
it's not great.
rough.
Especially when
rough day.
especially when you have a running back who coming into this game had just shy of 800 yards and 5 touchdowns on 130 carries, and then Bachmeyer, who on the ground has carried let's see, before this game it would have been 94 carries and 408 yards with 9 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, good on T Tech.
That's pretty good.
Good on T Tech for shutting it down, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very good team, and I was admittedly when I saw the Baron Morton injury and just how everything was going down for them, just losing a lot of star players that were really key to their push. It is nice to see that things are starting to become back on the up and up, and Texas Tech isn't just faltering.
I agree.
Also, money buys you happiness.
True.
Stock case.
As the Giants-Eagles game is still going, there's 7 minutes left in the second quarter. No team has scored. It's been a defensive battle, but Eagles' newly acquired pass rusher Jalen Phillips is having a great game in run stopping.
2 tackles so far. Damn.
He's under Vic Fangio. He's been great. What's the score? It's 0-0. I just said that.
It's boring.
It's a defensive battle.
Snooze fest.
And the Packers are about to punt.
But yeah, BYU T Tech. Yeah. Let's save Indiana Penn State, please.
We will save Indiana Penn State. Georgia did the thing against Mississippi State. I don't think we need to really go into this game.
Nah, Mississippi State got like kind of an early lead, but
Mississippi State did their thing and they put up points. But Georgia shows why they are the best team outside of Bama and A&M in the SEC. They
It
run the
shows why they
ball.
are a playoff team
Yeah.
despite not being in a conference
Yeah,
championship
they
talk
run the
right
ball very
now.
well. They pass the ball very efficiently. It's just the Georgia story all year long. The
Yeah.
Bulldogs, however, uh, I didn't hear you. Don't be snippy. Oh, I wasn't trying to be snippy. I'm like, I just said that. She thinks anything I say is
um,
snippy. Whatever.
yeah, mind you, they average 8.8 passing yards
Yeah,
and 6.9 rushing yards per attempt. Nice.
yeah. It's crazy down
So
there in Atlanta or Athens.
yeah, that is not Atlanta, Brad. um, yeah, I think the SEC teams kind of just did their thing this
Yeah,
weekend.
Ole Miss beat the piss out of the Citadel. You be so
Great.
bratty with me. I do not be so bratty with you. I don't even know what you're talking about for real.
Hey, yo, hold up.
All right, freakadeek. Let's calm it down over there. No
All
one's
right,
saying it like
all right,
that.
freaky deaky.
All right. One of my games, A&M Mizzou. I said that A&M was gonna put on belt to ass.
They sure did.
They sure did. Without.
After, yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Missouri just looked like I saw the first half.
Yeah. They're
They
just a
looked
shell.
helpless. They couldn't. They started. Whoa. Um,
Crying. Hello.
I'm crying. Nah, but I did watch the first half of this game. It was always it went like this. Missouri gets a drive going. They fuck up once. Drive's over.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get anything started once one play went wrong.
Yeah. And honestly, given their run game, which was super efficient and good for Mizzou for having their two rushers, um, A&M just does it better.
The lights were too bright for Zollers as well. He looked awful.
Yeah, he looked really bad.
Like really, really terrible.
Once again, Casey Concepcion and Mario Carver have the 1 and 2 spot for the leading receivers for A&M, and
Okay, so I have a bombshell to drop.
What's up?
It's not Mario Carver, it's Mario Craver.
Oh, it's Craver.
Yeah, I didn't know that until this weekend, and then I heard it on the broadcast, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking stupid.
Now that I'm reading his name, yeah, it is Craver. CRA, not CAR. Yeah, we've just been saying it wrong. Carver? No, it's Craver. We're gonna respect the man's name.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's Craver. Yeah. I feel stupid now because I just can't read.
I feel stupid now too. So we're just a bunch of idiots. So we got Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's fine. Craver. I'm gonna have to teach
Mr.
myself.
Mr. Craver and Mr. Concepcion had themselves games though. You are correct.
They always are the 1 and 2. Look, man. I still think Marcellus Reed should be in contention for Heisman. I think it should be him, Chambliss, Sayin, and Mendoza.
No Ty Simpson.
No Ty Simpson. You know why? No Ty Simpson? Because the guys not named Julian Sayin I just mentioned are 3 dynamic dual threat quarterbacks.
Okay, fair.
And Ty Simpson's not even the best pocket passer in the country. Julian Sayin is.
Okay, fair.
I like me a dual threat quarterback. Sue me.
I'm not gonna.
Bless you. Jesus, he fucking sneezed his headset off, folks. Bimpy, bro, if you in chat, clip that. That was funny. Put it in the Discord. I hope he's in the Discord. Or I hope he's here, but we'll see.
There you go. I clipped it. We're good.
Beautiful. We need to put it in the Discord. By the way, if you haven't joined the Discord, exclamation Discord in chat, you can join from there. Shameless plug, I don't care.
Exclamation mark Discord.
Yeah. Damn it, I was gonna clip it. You can still do that. Give me a chance, y'all.
That is
crying.
Wild.
Anyway, my next pick is right underneath it, Iowa, Oregon. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about them too.
So,
hold,
and there it is.
Where? What are we talking about? Where's what?
I don't know. I just clipped it.
Oh, okay. Did you? Okay, whatever. Anyway,
Man, I don't know how this shit works.
I will say Dante Moore.
He
Yeesh.
showed up,
Yeesh though.
kinda.
13 of 21 in a pick. You let
Yeah.
Gronowski outpass you, man?
To be fair, to be fair,
To be
I will
fair.
say this much: it was a very rainy day.
I agree that it was a rainy day. I am not denying it was a rainy day, but
However,
you're gonna let Gronowski outpass you, dude.
albeit it was Moore did outpass him until that last drive, where Gronowski
Yes,
had to pass it, and Oregon's defense kind of gave it up.
you are absolutely true. And I guess given Oregon is missing their the two favorite targets for Dante Moore, I guess it makes sense. That being said, you would like to see more out of this dynamic running back, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, you are absolutely correct.
Which makes me a little worried for his potential draft stock, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I wasn't high on him going into this year anyways, so this doesn't really
Mm-mm.
change my opinion of him. Of just, yeah, he's okay.
Um,
So
there's not really much I would like to say about this game. What I will say is,
it was a rainy, shitty game. So
what I will say though is, shout out to the
take it with a
Oregon
grain of salt.
offensive line for not giving up a sack. That's impressive against Iowa.
Yeah, on
That's
Iowa
super
for Iowa's
impressive.
defense, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And Tuodi,
Iowa played a great game though. They played a
yeah,
great game until that last drive, and then they just fucking sold the bag.
yeah. But I picked Oregon as well. I thought Iowa was going to cover the spread, and they absolutely did. So if we were counting spreads, that would be 2 points for
Double
me.
bang,
But
double bang.
tis not, tis not, tis only 1 point. But good on me. I should have bet that, to be honest. um, let's see. There's a couple ranked games before I get to my Cal Louisville pick. We're looking at
Yeah. Syracuse, Miami. Miami committed murder. Ricky Collins sucks.
yeah, Ricky Collins
What's
is
new?
terrible, dude.
Vandy Auburn going into OT.
Dude,
So,
dude,
Hugh Freeze was the problem. Hugh Freeze was the fucking
Hugh
problem.
Freeze was the problem. Absolutely, man. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, you look at this. You look at this guy who they have throwing the ball, man. Ashton
Ashton
Daniels.
Daniels, yeah.
Where has this guy been?
He was at Stanford last year and he was pretty fucking good. He was decent last year. But like shit.
I will say though, man, when it was halftime, I'm like, is Vandy gonna lose another game? I got scared for a second.
It was pretty scary. They were down 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not excuse me. This is not a great look for this team though.
No, especially because Auburn, I will say, has to go into well, they're hosting. They're hosting a team. It's Mercer, but Mercer is 8-1 this year. I'm not saying they're gonna lose because this is still an SEC team, but I'm saying
Against
Mercer
an SEC.
is undefeated in their conference.
This is true. But then also they host Bama in the Iron Bowl, which
Yeah,
but also upset potential.
there's always potential. There's always potential.
Auburn can still be bowl eligible under their interim head coach.
They
But
absolutely can be.
I did like what I saw from Auburn though. It was not their trademark defense though.
Yeah.
And that's what I think they excelled under Hugh Freeze, so they kind of
Yeah.
need to get that back in order.
I agree.
But also with a coaching change, there's
Mhm.
just you're kind of just throwing up a fuck it and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Good on Vandy though for coming back and winning an OT. Good on them.
Yep.
The
Good
Commodores
teams find a way to win.
the Commodores are still a good team. They're probably not going to make the playoffs, but they're still a good team.
Yeah. They will need some
Unfortunate.
help to make the playoffs, I think.
Absolutely, they will. And I think what it comes down to is Vandy, I think, doesn't have. I mean, they obviously play Tennessee.
They play
the,
UK UK and then
yeah,
Tennessee,
because they have a
so.
bye week this week. Their bye week is late. They're gonna need Texas to lose, and they're gonna need to beat the piss out of both Tennessee and Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they're gonna need Georgia or Bama to blow one of their games.
Well, because right now where they're sitting, They're sitting just outside of contention. They're at
Yeah.
13 and they need to get
Yeah.
to 10 right now.
Yeah, they
So they
are.
actually need the Longhorns and the Sooners to blow a game.
Yeah, they need both of those to blow a game, and even if we're, I mean, SEC title contention's out the window at this point.
Oh,
Um,
it's uh-uh.
well, Vandy as it stands for the SEC standings sits above Oklahoma, but I do agree, like based on like AP and like
Just
yeah, in the polls, Vandy, yeah, they need a lot of outside help. I just don't think it's the Commodores' time, which sucks because this is a
well,
top 25
Texas.
defense.
The thing is, Texas's next 3 games are really rough. They could definitely blow 2 of those.
I think Texas. I mean,
Um,
Texas isn't in the playoffs in my book, but that's just me.
yeah, they're definitely not after the next. They're not going to make it to playoff time because they have
Absolutely not.
too strong of a schedule going into
If
it.
they
It's
beat
Oklahoma.
if they beat Georgia, we can have a conversation.
Oof. Okay, well, Oklahoma faces Bama this weekend, so
Yeah,
both of those.
so there
I
you
don't
go.
know. Vandy could sneak their way back in.
There's gonna have to be a lot of losses or a lot of wins from these top teams, but it can't be middle of the pack where we're going back and forth, because then it just mucks things up even more.
I think if Texas or Oklahoma steals one of those games where
Yeah.
they are probably not favored, then Vandy is just done. 100%.
Absolutely.
But if everything goes according to the way Vegas thinks,
Yeah.
then we may have to talk about Vandy and the 10 seed. But they also have to play to a 10 seed caliber
Mm-hmm.
for the committee to put them in, obviously.
I absolutely agree with you.
But they have a chance.
There's
I'm not
always
ruling
a
them out just yet.
chance.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much anyone in the 15 to 11 spot is still in the race.
Oh, absolutely. And we can talk about people. Oh, I mean, we can talk about teams in the 16, just given schedules. I mean, look, we can go far down this list with, huh?
Not Miami in November.
No. But you know what I mean. Like we can look further down the
Yeah.
list. Now with the expanded playoffs, we can.
Yes.
Wake Forest, Virginia is next one up. There goes
Fucking
the
idiots.
Cavaliers, man. What a awful piss poor
How do you
fucking game.
lose that?
You outgain them by 120 and you lose?
And you still lost?
Really?
Those are the games that you're supposed to. Those are the games that you were winning every single time, and you were winning the games where you were on the other side of that, where you were getting outgained, and you still won. So you flip the script, and you still lose somehow.
Dude,
This Virginia team fucking sucks.
3 of 14 on third down yet again for another
Against
team.
Wake Forest at home.
Terrible.
We knew this was coming.
We knew this was coming. We knew it was coming.
That's why I didn't want to put Virginia in my playoff rankings, because I
yeah.
knew the second they had a modicum of success, they would piss it away somehow.
And I absolutely agree with you. I agree,
Pissed
and I told you last week when I made my prediction bracket that I was doing it as it stands, and I told you I don't think Virginia is the best team. I agreed with you that
it
it's
also
Louisville.
it also doesn't help. It also doesn't help when you turn the ball over 3 fucking times.
I agree. This was a terrible game. And now
running back lost a fumble.
Yeah, it was just a bad game. It was a bad game for the Cavaliers. They sucked, man. They sucked.
Fucking turnovers.
What was it? Muffs?
Jamari Taylor. That's the one fumble. Daniel Kalen? Who the fuck is that?
And one thing, when you look at this Virginia defense in the box
Oh,
score,
that's their wait. Oh, wait. Why are there no fumble? Why are there not 2 fumbles lost? What the fuck's up with that?
are they muff
Regardless.
punts that they're counting as fumbles?
No. Because fumble recovered. Yeah, that's on 3rd and 10. That doesn't count. That's not.
Oh, yeah, this is what I was saying.
2nd and 10. Yeah.
When you look at the
Anyways.
Virginia defense, not a single sack. Not a single sack. And when you look at their defensive rating in the when
They have 24 sacks on the year.
Exactly. This is a pass rush defense, or this is a better rushing defense. They're top 30. The pass rush defense has been 62nd in the college football league. So you're getting into an area where, like, even if they did make it, which I think they're kind of pretty much completely out of it. Obviously, they're still second place given their record.
They could still make an ACC bid technically, but
They
also at this point, my confidence in them is through the floor. It
yeah,
was 0. It is now negative.
yeah, because you have to. I mean, and you have to go to Duke, and we just talked about Duke, who's been up and down all season. You never know, and then you have VT, which should be an easy enough game for you.
Should
be, but
then again, sometimes VT shows up.
We talk about VT at 3-6. We look at their stats when it loads, obviously, and we look at it just has scoring. It doesn't have defensive stats. Whatever. I was going to talk about the defense, but whatever. The Hokies always find a way to get to the ball. The Hokies find a way to get to the quarterback, is what I was saying.
They have 18 sacks on the year.
Exactly.
So
they find a way to get to the quarterback. Virginia gives up sacks.
And they have 0.7, and they have about 3/4 of a takeaway per game. Albeit Virginia is averaging 1.5 takeaways per game, which is a lot better. But also at the same time, you didn't get that this game.
Exactly. Against a really bad Wake Forest team. Wake Forest now bowl eligible.
Really bad. Yeah. So hey, shout out Wake Forest for getting that.
Shout out to the Demon Deacons.
One of my buddies is going there for grad school right now, actually.
Hell yeah.
Being a doctor and all that shit. So yeah. I'm sure he was real. I saw him posting about it the other day. I'm like,
nice.
You know what?
Nice.
Sick.
What I will say though, after that is, I mean, I hope Virginia doesn't get a bid to the ACC. I hope Duke wipes the floor with them. So maybe one of the ACC teams that does get a bid for this is either Pitt or SMU or Louisville if they can catch some fire, or even Duke. I don't want it to be Virginia. I want it to be one of these other teams.
My ideal ACC championship is GT Pitt.
I would like to see either GT Pitt or Pitt SMU. As much as I like Haynes King, I'd like to see one of these other teams get in there.
Yes, King. Oh, except wait, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to that guy, unfortunately.
Rest in peace to Yes King guy.
Yeah. Now for my last pick of the day. The one time I don't bet on the freshman out of Cal. The one time I don't bet on the freshman out of Cal.
And after Jeff Brom had such goodwill built up from the Miami game, and he just decided to piss it away in 3 weeks.
Dude, I didn't pick him. I've been talking about him all year. This was on me.
The Icer by Jacob DeJesus, by the way.
I will say one thing about this Cal team. And I think they're going to be really good next year. I think they're going to be excellent next year.
Because mind you, this is with a massive summer turnover at the beginning of the year. Everyone thought this team was going to be atrocious, myself included.
And now,
I thought this team was going to be bottom of the barrel.
And now,
worst in the ACC.
They are bowl eligible.
They are bowl eligible and 500 in ACC play.
Dude, I'm telling you, this freshman is special. If he stays, this is going to be a special Cal program.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he stays. I think this guy is awesome.
Yeah. It does suck that Devin Brown didn't get a chance, OSU legend, but hey,
he was there to a player. He was there to be a player coach. We can I mean, look at that, man. 2,500, 13 and 9 as a freshman.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed. Louisville, man,
pissed it away. Miller Moss had a terrible game.
Oh yeah, so bad.
He looked atrocious.
I mean, you look at his averages for the season, and then you look at, you can go off passer rating alone. 93 or 92 compared to 128 average on the season. I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I will say
only averaging 5.3 yards a pass when this guy has been known to be very, very electric during his time at USC and here at Louisville. Yeah. So it just it's a terrible, terrible look.
I will say Kendrick Raphael has been amazing.
He's been lights out.
He's been amazing for this Cal team.
These last 6 games, he has been fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
He has had no less than 85 yards in any game
I think
over the past 6 games.
I think a bigger story is he hasn't fumbled all year.
Yeah.
You can look at my stream right now. There's not a single fumble.
Yep. And averaging 1, 3, 4, 7, 10 over 6 games. Yeah, it's almost 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
Special.
I've been impressed. Special. I've been impressed. This is a really good Cal team that I think is going to get even better next year. I'm really excited to see what they do next year. But now they can go participate in a bowl. They have a postseason. Good for them.
Yes. After what was almost considered to be a lost season. So
good for them.
If I was a Cal fan, I would be really, really happy.
I completely agree.
No matter how some of your losses have gone, this is still a great season, all things considered.
Dude, you're rocking on a true freshman quarterback after what, like you said, on a crazy turnaround, you know? Like, I'm in agreement.
I need to look up CFB returning production 2025. I want to look up this list again because I want to see where Cal ranked here.
It wasn't high, I'll tell you that.
They were about middle ground.
Okay.
They were 65th. They were 65th in returning production.
Okay.
So, what are these? Are these on offense or defense? Okay. Yeah, I guess these are on offense and or wait, hold on. Wait, that was in May of 2025. So that was beginning of this year. Oh, no, that's SP plus. Nope, that's not the same thing. Returning production. Here we go. Okay, sorry, I fucked that up.
You're good.
Well, actually, California did have a decent amount of returning players. They still had 7 returning starters from last year.
Okay.
But also there are a lot of teams with way lower numbers.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're around middle of the pack, it seems like.
Okay.
So, but again, it was a crazy offseason. They had a lot of turmoil going on. They
did.
Long and short, amazing season. If the season were to end right now,
good season.
Great. Good season. But hey, you still have a couple games to go out and do something.
All right. So before we get into the 2 Big Ten games that we want to talk about, there's 2 more ranked games. Navy Notre Dame, which I just want to touch on.
Murder.
Navy does what Navy does, and that's they win these games against very bad teams, and then they play an independent because they are a military school and they get their shit kicked in. Carr looked great again. He looked
Jeremiah
fantastic.
Love also looked great.
Jeremiah Love also looked great. Best running back in the nation. I wholeheartedly think so. Yes, the yards aren't there, but the touchdowns are, and that's what wins Notre Dame these games.
Also, mind you, he still had a stellar season last year. It's just you were competing against Ashton fucking Genty.
Literal running back Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. Like, he is going to make an NFL team very happy this year.
Oh, Jeremiah Love, absolutely. I personally think he should go to the Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Jones is old.
They would definitely. Yeah.
Or if you went to the Cowboys. Who's to say?
Regardless.
Who's to say?
That's for mock draft season.
Oh, dude. The minute we're done with playoffs, it's straight mock drafts. I already made a mock draft earlier. You can find that on my YouTube, by the way.
Or on his Twitch VODs, since I believe it's still up at this point.
Should be.
You got a week.
Alabama. Ty Simpson, 277, 1 touchdown, 21 of 35, though. A little less inefficient than I would like to have seen Ty Simpson.
Albeit, this is a very good LSU defense, all things considered.
This is a very good LSU pass defense, I will say.
Pass defense.
I will say, though, given
they've lost a lot of the good D-line aspects to injury.
So. Given that, though, neither of these teams could run the ball very well. So it was nice. Jordan Love sacked, fumbles recovered by Jalen Phillips. So there we go. Jalen Phillips fumble recovery.
Fucking hell, man.
So it's still 0-0, by the way. Yeah, I mean, good for Ty Simpson. Nuss got benched. Yeah. I saw.
Yeah, halfway through the game for Martin Van Buren, which, by the way, Van Buren sucked worse than he did. And also, Joe Sloan needs to be set on fire in the French Quarter.
Yeah.
He needs to be set on fire.
Yeah, no, it's not great, man.
He is leading one of the shittiest offenses I have ever seen out of a Power 5 program, especially in the SEC.
Yeah, it's piss poor.
I don't know why. I do not know why the AD has not personally taken him out back and dealt with him.
Mm-hmm. What I would like to think is what if Bryce Underwood stuck with his initial recruitment and went to LSU? How different would this team look?
Not very.
You don't think very?
No, because Joe Sloan's a piece of shit, and he'd still waste both of these players.
I was just saying, given how he's a dynamic quarterback.
Oh no, does not fucking matter. Would still suck, because he would drop some stupid fucking jump or stupid fucking dump off pass or just he would call some fucking bullshit, and Bryce Underwood would get murdered in the process. So
fair enough.
Yeah, it's just this LSU team is Cade Cunningham. Jesus Christ!
What?
He's putting down a 40 bomb, and they're still down by 5. Wow, the Pistons suck ass.
Yeah, outside of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, they're not really a good team. I mean, they're number 1 in the East right now, but we're also 2 weeks into NBA, or like 3 weeks. To the Wizards, bruh. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you're putting up 38. You're letting CJ McCollum put up 38. Come on, man.
Yeesh, that's bad.
Look, when he comes from the Pelicans, I'm going to talk shit about him.
Look, Alex Sarr has turned into a great player for the Wizards, though. Alex Sarr has looked great this season.
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Cam Whitmore? Okay.
Yeah. This was kind of just a whatever game. It doesn't really shake me on Bama or hope for LSU. But then again, they're going to be looking for a coach in the offseason. This is not.
Yeah.
This is a loss. This is a lost season for the Tigers, and it's unfortunate that Nussmeier has to waste away like this. But what the fuck are you gonna do?
Well, I don't really know where LSU is gonna look coaching wise. I don't really see any coordinators that could go there. My biggest thing that I would think of is because it depends on what Penn State does. Because if Jim Knowles gets promoted, which I think he has the possibility to do. But if he
doesn't get fired.
But if another coach gets brought in and Jim Knowles gets fired, that's a realistic opportunity.
I know, it's just
I don't love it. But that's a name.
I don't love it for LSU.
But that's a big name, and LSU likes those big name coaches.
Yeah.
Or you go get an NFL guy. You go make a run at Brian. Desmond Bain just hit a game winner 3 against the Portland Trailblazers. You could go get like a Brian Callahan and see what happens.
Yeah. It really does depend on what apparently the governor wants and what the AD wants.
Ridiculous. Whatever.
Louisiana, man. That's Louisiana in a nutshell, man. I don't know. People get drunk there for a reason.
You're right.
People go to Bourbon Street and lose a liver for a reason.
That's true. All right, now, Big Ten games.
Big Ten games, because a lot happened in the Big Ten this weekend, which makes it the best conference. That ever.
Indiana game, dude, I was sweating watching that fourth quarter. Holy shit.
I want you to pull I need you to pull up that catch in the back of the end zone, because that is genuinely one of the best catches
I've
ever seen.
All right, let's look it up.
It was I watched that and I freaked the fuck out sitting right here in this chair.
Oh, I was watching it in my living room with my roommate, and we both freaked the hell out. All right, here it is.
In trouble! It's out!
And Gus making the call. It looked out. I thought it was out at first.
So
Gus Johnson did too.
Give him that! In trouble!
I need you all to understand this. So let me go to the settings. We're gonna slow this down.
This might need to be like quarter speed, genuinely, or like half speed. Just because it's so
right,
like the margin.
This should be out.
So
this should be out right here.
his right foot right there.
And touchdown.
But the awareness.
Yeah, that right foot did not touch the white line. That is a touchdown, and that's how Indiana won this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's
because, mind you, they had to go for that.
Crazy.
It was a wild game through and through.
I was watching parts of this game. I will say one thing. Mendoza looked uncomfortable. He looked uncomfortable for a lot of this game, and that kind of worries me out of a very experienced guy against a team that is 3-5 at this point.
And very dysfunctional.
And I understand it's hard to play at Penn State. It's loud. You can't hear. But to an extent, this defense is terrible.
They've given up so much that it was a shocker to me.
I think
that
it makes me
Mendoza
feel
was held to such limited numbers.
It makes me feel a tiny bit concerned about Indiana when we talk about playoff seeding based on how they coached, how Cignetti coached this game and how Mendoza performed. Because in any pressure situation, he automatically did not know where to throw the ball. He looked uncomfortable. And like I said, I get it. There were stipulations. This was a circumstantial game. This did change my opinion on Indiana the slightest bit. And I think you know what I'm referring to. So, but what I will say about Indiana is that defense in the fourth.
Way to win.
That defense in the fourth, man, they found a way. After giving up the 2 touchdowns, that pass rush locked in.
Well, also the thing is that also the offense on the last drive, surgical.
Oh my gosh, such precision.
Like that entire last drive, everything that we just said about that game and Mendoza looking uncomfortable went out the window.
Exactly.
Mendoza locked the fuck in and was just dotting it. Boom, 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 and they were moving. But yeah, it was a crazy, crazy end to that game. Excuse me. Oh, nice. 0-0 at half.
Yeah, it's been a defensive game. It's not fun.
Okay, anyways.
But no, I completely understand, dude. It was a crazy game, but Indiana shouldn't have been in that position. Is what I'm trying to say. This was a huge, terrible whiff.
The line on this game, it was a two-score game to cover. So, and it was a last-second toe tap touchdown catch of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That was catch of the year.
And Penn State also had time, by the way.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's just the lights were too bright.
It was crazy. It was a crazy game. But like I said, this kind of shakes my worry about some Penn State seeding, or not Penn State, some Indiana seeding for the playoffs, and I'll get into that. But I still like Mendoza. I still think he's great. This
is still a fantastic team.
I just think that given A&M's situation and given Indiana's situation, I do flip them in my rankings. Personally.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
But
even I kind of did.
Now, the team we all love.
The thing is with Indiana, well, yeah, the thing with Indiana, they have 2 piss easy games the next two.
They do. They have
well,
wait, do they have a bye this week or next week?
In between.
Yeah, so next week.
Yeah, next week.
So, Wisconsin and Purdue should be easy.
Should be, but
they're favored by 30 against Wisconsin. Whoosh.
Well, as we're about to talk about in the Big Ten, Wisconsin might not be the sitting duck that we all thought.
Yeah, because wow, Washington.
Washington, man. What a way to choke that shit
fucking
away.
Terrible, man. So terrible.
Unbelievably terrible. Mind you, the punter of the team was the leading passer in this game.
I'm sorry. This is hilarious. I don't think Washington should sniff
what the fuck, dude?
Washington should never sniff the rankings ever again because of this monstrosity. They should have a bowl game ban because of this.
It It happens every time. They get ranked, and then they're just like, oh, okay, we're going to piss this away now.
Nah, I just...
Oh my god. You just beat Illinois. How do you lose to Wisconsin? You just saved Luke Fickell's job.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm not gonna give Wisconsin much credit on this one because
Absolutely.
that was mostly just Washington
Not doing
fucking
well.
themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
they turned the ball over twice.
Did Coleman go down? Because he had 5 carries this game.
Let me see when his carries stop. It looks like it.
Let's look at it.
Let me see. Did you get hurt?
Jonah Coleman.
Is he out? He's hurt and hope.
Okay.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
He got hurt in the second quarter.
There you go.
But also only 21 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
And 19 receiving yards. I mean, come on. Actually, no, 2 rushing yards and 19 receiving yards.
2 rushing yards. It wasn't great, man.
2. Terrible game.
Sorry, Washington. Not this year, champ.
And Damon Williams had a pretty
meh
day.
Is it time to talk about the awesome, amazing, fantastic national championship defending team now?
Hold on. I just need to make sure we didn't miss anything here.
I don't think we did.
Block 50-yard field goal, blah, blah, blah. And, yep. Yada, yada, yada. All right, let's talk the national champions.
All right.
I watched this game front to back.
So did I.
A quiet day, but also a lot of people are not understanding that we did not start everyone.
No, we did not
play a single minute of Carnell Tate.
He was hurt.
We had Mylan Graham in. Well, we're letting him rest. Obviously, he probably could have still played, but better to rest him in a week like this, especially with what's coming up.
Yes.
Well, I'm more so worried about Rutgers than UCLA, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
God, Jeremiah Smith is so good. Jeremiah Smith is so good, is so good, bro.
Dude,
so
the two catches in the first quarter,
ridiculous.
Video game shit.
Ridiculous.
Video game. The TD catch was beautiful.
Biletnikoff.
And the bobble in the middle of the dude,
Biletnikoff him right now.
On.
Biletnikoff him right now.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah.
Max Clare getting some time to shine against his former team, though. I do have to mention that.
Yeah, I like it. I like seeing that. I love to see that in the homecoming. He was getting used in a good way, which is nice to see that even if our wide receivers get locked up, he is a very good option.
That makes me feel really good about all of these. Obviously, when we go to play Indiana, but because their corners are pretty good. But when we get playoff time, these SEC teams, that makes me feel really good about that because Max Clare is a fast tight end, and I don't think a lot of these linebackers are fast as they are big in the SEC, so that makes me feel really good.
Also, just his hands have gotten so much better since the early weeks.
Oh, for sure. I think it was just a scheme thing, personally.
So much better. Yeah. I will say Bo Jackson would have had a much better day if his 50-yard TD run on the first fucking play of the game didn't get called back for a block in the back, which, by the way,
shouldn't have been called back.
Called. It was not a block. It was barely. He literally ran into him. But
I digress.
It doesn't fucking matter. We won anyways. Yada yada yada. Julian Sand once again showing that he is the GOAT minus one boneheaded decision. Because that interception was probably one of the stupidest ones I've seen all year.
It was bad. But what I will say...
Actually, no. It was the stupidest interception I've seen all year. Because he literally looked the defender straight in the eyes and threw it at him.
What I will say is this. 81% on the year. 2,500 yards, only 4 picks. A passer rating on the season of 192.
I should mention one of those picks was basically a fumble.
Don't care.
In the OU game.
Yep.
But still, 24 and basically 3. I mean, come on, man.
We're talking about 2 OSU guys for Heisman right now.
Odds on favorite to win the Heisman right now, I believe.
Good.
If I'm not mistaken.
Should be.
If not, he's top 3. But after this week, he should be number 1 to win the Heisman. I don't give a shit.
No sacks against Purdue kind of makes me a little frustrated, though, because this pass rush was so good to open the season, and now it feels like we're kind of getting figured out. What I will say though is,
Albeit, I don't think we were starting everybody on defense.
again, fair.
So
I do just love a Jermaine Matthews Jr. Interception though. I will say that. That makes me smile every day.
it's beautiful.
It's
It was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, we were starting guys like why can I not remember his fucking name? Oh, Devin Sanchez right now. We were starting him a little
Okay.
bit. He needs more time though. He had his issues this game.
Devin Sanchez, that's the 5-star freshman corner, correct? He's great.
Yeah, he got called for a penalty
That's
at
fine.
some point in the
That's
game,
fine,
and
dude. He's a freshman.
it happens,
Did
but you know.
So I only watched the first half of this game. I didn't watch the back half. Did Aaron Scott Jr. play?
Yes, he did not record any stats though.
That's fine, as long as he played. Aaron Scott Jr. learned the name. He won a Big Ten Special Teams Player a couple weeks ago from my hometown. The kid is a fucking dog.
Although I do believe he did give up the garbage time tutty.
Don't care.
But also, I don't give a fuck. It's garbage time.
Yeah,
I literally
let
don't
these guys
care.
get reps.
Yeah. So I think Day was smart in letting the young guys get reps. And just a lot of people and a lot of broadcasters have mentioned this, and I think we've mentioned it in the past, is the amount of offensive plays
Mhm.
that we are having each game.
Mhm.
It is one of the lowest, if not the lowest, in the FBS. And I believe a lot of statisticians have said that the amount of plays that we play every game basically averages out to us getting an extra bye week.
Yeah, true.
So I think Day is learning from last year in the fact that I think it was specifically with Penn State. We lost some really key guys, and we were starting some new linemen in a very, very, very important Penn State game away, and that turned out to be kind of a problem.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
So he's learned his lesson from last year, and we're playing this new scheme that I think will be really useful come playoff time.
I completely agree.
So,
and once again, Matt Patricia.
I like what he is doing with that.
I love Matt Patricia.
I love you, Matty P. Give me a kiss.
Even though we gave up 10 points, it's fine.
Whatever. It's garbage time.
Yeah, garbage time touchdown.
It was a garbage time TD. The people who were crying about the spread can go fuck themselves. I don't care.
Yeah.
I literally don't. Yeah. I don't care about your down my throat gambling.
True.
Whatever. Let Purdue have their one thing.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't give less of a fuck.
Is it pick our games time now? Or do you want to do rankings?
I want to mention one thing about Matty P. He was an engineer actually for a while before he went back to play football.
He was.
I just saw that interview with the on the Downs podcast.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't hear
this
about
guy.
that.
This guy doesn't know ball. No, I'm kidding. I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
Backstory, bro. My fault.
I'm just autistic. That's why I know.
But yeah, I believe we can now get into our bracket reactions.
Yes.
For last week.
So let me pull up CFP bracket 11.
I wrote mine down. Do you want the bracket? I have it written down.
I am pulling up the playoff bracket that ESPN did. Well, if I can find it.
I can share my notepad with you so you can see it.
Or no, on the 4th, not the 3rd. I'm fucking dumb. Okay. Okay, here's the top 25. I have it pulled up on my stream now.
Yeah, okay.
So, let me compare it to mine real quick. I mean,
I have my opinions on pretty much like every position.
I will let you go first.
Okay. So first four: OSU, Indiana, TA, and Bama.
That's the order I have them.
That was the exact same order that I had in my rankings. So my opinion is fine with that. Georgia at the 5.
That's where I have Georgia.
I kind of understood it. They do play good competition. Like so far, it's just the way they played the week prior in week 11 was a little it was a little shaky for me just because it was a close game to Florida, if I remember correctly.
That would have been week 10, not 11. This was week 11.
Or week 10. Yeah. So I think the way they played in week 10 was not super indicative of the 5 spot,
Yeah.
but whatever. At number 12, Memphis, they're the highest ranked G5 rep at the time. It made sense.
Yeah.
Ole Miss at 6, I had them there.
Yep. I had Ole Miss
they
at
had Virginia,
8, but I also had BYU
Yeah.
and Oregon higher, so I get it.
Yeah. It's kind of just
I
semantics.
I think all these 6 through 9 teams could be ordered anyway, and I can understand the reasoning. That's my thought on those teams.
Yeah.
There's a reason for all of them to be above either of them. Sorry.
Yeah. Virginia at the 11th seed. I understand it. It was the highest ranked ACC rep even though they were mid and they lost this week and they suck.
Yeah.
BYU at the 7. It made sense at the time,
Yep.
obviously, so they respected it. Notre Dame at the 10. I hate it. I hate that I was right in that aspect.
I agree with you.
And I think they will find a way to mess it up somehow, but whatever.
Maybe.
T-Tech at the 8 seemed like a bit of an I said it seemed like an overreaction at the time, but now I think it's an underreaction.
Yeah. Well, I had them at the 9
but also
when this came out.
But also it was their first game with Baron Morton back, so I kind of understand it. And then Oregon at the 9, I thought was a low ranking at the time, but now I'm like, okay, I get it a little more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than I did a week ago. So
I agree.
And first 4 out with Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, and Louisville. I thought the rise of Utah was a little shocking at the time.
I do not. They've played their Big 12 games excellent this year.
I get it. I get it though now. So yeah, it made this bracket made sense. Though
I agree.
I don't think they've made any stupid rankings so far that I'm like, all right, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Because we've had some of those in the past where we're like,
yes,
all right, what the fuck are we doing? So,
all right.
We should get into rankings for this week.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine on screen. Let me fit it.
I'll see if we can figure out a share screen type of deal.
Yeah.
But you go first for sure.
Here, let me actually fit mine to the screen real quick. All right. So, and I'm doing a little bit of combination of as they currently stand and what I think is my personal thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, my first 4 buys changed. Given the way A&M has played on the road and given the way Indiana has played on the road, I didn't like the way they played Penn State. They should not have been in that position. Am I being a little too harsh on them? Probably. But if Cignetti is this brainstormy know-it-all coach and Mendoza is this quarterback prospect who's great at X, Y, and Z and he's so amazing, then they should not have been in this position.
Yeah.
I think A&M has played better competition on the road in better situations. I think Marcellus Reed has been excellent. Craver and Concepcion have been excellent receivers, as well as the run game for A&M has been more efficient than Indiana. I'll say the defenses are about even. Indiana's secondary has been very, very good this year. So I think you can move Indiana down. You can keep them where they are. I still think Ohio State's just a straight up number 1, though. So, given the shifts in the ACC and the group of 5, these are my current predictions. I think Georgia Tech, now that they're fully back in the lead, they'll make headspace and they'll continue their ACC chug. I think they will end up winning and they will end up getting this 11 seed. I don't think they'll be placed higher than the 11 seed, though. USF has the best resume now that Memphis has lost 2 games. And I think this will get confirmed if they beat Navy. If they beat Navy, it's kind of a shoo-in for USF. If USF wins out, I think they're in it. That's my opinion. And yeah, I've liked USF all year. I think their offense, like I said earlier in the stream, rivals a lot of these bigger teams. They can put up the points. We saw Tulane against Ole Miss. Tulane cannot put up points against an SEC team. USF can put up and win in Gainesville, and they can go toe-to-toe with Miami. Granted, their quarterback just had a bad day.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to get into the matchups. And and this was like really, really fastly created when we started stream. So I might have some changes on live, but we'll see. So Georgia and USF. Georgia's still my 5. I think they played Mississippi State really well. This is a Mississippi State team that can score on literally anybody. And Georgia held them to 3 touchdowns. That's good, given Mississippi State this season. Ole Miss is now my 6. I think I had them as my 8. But given the shifting between BYU and T-Tech and how Oregon didn't look all that great against Iowa, I think Ole Miss is my number 6. T-Tech is my 7. They just take BYU's spot. I basically just had them switch spots. And then I move Oregon down from the 6th seed to the 8th seed. I want to see more out of Dante Moore in these struggly, rainy, harsh conditions, in these situations where he has to dig a little deeper. I want to see more out of Dante Moore. That's why Oregon is my 8th seed. So those are the home teams for the first round matchups. BYU is my 9. Like I said, them and T-Tech just swapped. I still think BYU is a playoff team. This is a true freshman quarterback we're talking about, and they're 8-1. Like I said, if they lose to Cincinnati, we have other things to talk about. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. My 10 is Notre Dame. The Navy win doesn't move me, because as Notre Dame, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put a 2-loss Notre Dame team over a 1-loss BYU team when this BYU team is on a true freshman quarterback. And Notre Dame has a Heisman running back who is carrying this offense. When I say carrying, I mean he is getting a lot of the gritty work. Carr hasn't had to throw the ball as much because of Jeremiah Love and I forget his first name, but Pierce, the other running back. You know who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech would be my 11. Whoever the ACC rep, I think is just going to automatically be the 11 seed. The ACC is cannibalizing itself. But like I said, I still think it's going to be Georgia Tech. And then 12, obviously, will be my group of 5 rep, and that's going to be USF. Even though JMU is technically ranked higher than them, USF has the better resume, in my opinion. They have better quality wins, and I don't go off quality losses. I don't care about losses. If you lose, you lose. That's been my motto the entire fucking podcast. If you lose, you lose.
That is fair. Yeah.
But what USF does is they put up points, and they put up points well. They literally have lost. They have lost to Memphis, who is a top 3 American team, and Miami.
I believe that was only by 3.
Exactly, and Miami.
Yeah.
A team that has just been giving belt to ass, unless belt to ass is given to them.
Or if it's the month of November.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My first 4 out. Oklahoma and Texas are still there. Utah is also there, and I'm going to put Vandy there for right now. I put Vandy there for right now just because of like we talked about, some opportunistic ways that Vandy could make this playoff. And I think as it stands right now, I think they are ranked higher than Virginia and Louisville, so that's where I'll have Vandy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Virginia took a fucking nosedive. They were in like the 20.
Louisville did too.
Yeah, Virginia's at the 20 and Louisville's at the 19. So yeah. They're buddies.
And you know, Oklahoma, like we talked about, Oklahoma plays Bama, Texas plays Georgia. I'm sure if both or one of these teams lose, then our first of 4 out will switch. I think given playoff seeding, we could probably add a group of 5 representative in here because we're getting into a tight-knit race between these group of 5s, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. That's kind of for once things start to really become more definitive.
Right. Do you have any thoughts on my rankings?
I'll have my thoughts when I share mine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share my screen, and I think you could probably just pop it out.
Okay.
As like an extra screen, maybe.
Let me see if I can. I can't, but it's fine. We're gonna work with this because we're gonna move it here.
You could probably just I was gonna say just.
And we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna shift her over, and we're gonna minimize it, or not minimize. We're gonna shrink it. No, don't do that. We're working. We're working, chat.
New setup this week without my stream up.
Yeah. New setup without his stream up. You guys can look at Ho-Oh from Pokemon while we do this.
Okay.
Give it to me.
So my buy is pretty much the same. OSU, TANM, Indiana, Bama. Same as yours.
Oh, you also flipped them. Okay, I'm glad we
Yeah,
both have that
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I mean, the way that TA&M just disassembled Mizzou,
I
it's
mean, that it was
it
surgical.
speaks for
It was
it speaks for it
surgical,
it
man.
speaks for itself. And
I agree.
Indiana was supposed to be doing this sort of deal, and they screwed the pooch real bad. So
We have our first
what
points
the
of
fuck?
the Eagles-Packers game. Midway through the third quarter, the Eagles kick a field goal.
Yay.
This game
At the
sucks.
5, I okay, so
Ooh.
I have Oregon at the 5.
Ooh.
The weather conditions, man, it's just
I don't know, man.
You're away in Kinnick.
Georgia at
It's a
8?
lot of yeah. I've seen some. Hold on. We'll go through this one by one.
Okay.
I would need to see another like kind of iffy game from Oregon for me to super shake their confidence in them, because they still have a good system there.
Okay.
Dante Moore can still succeed with the pieces around him. And again, it was a rainy, cold, shitty day in a hostile environment.
I'm not
So
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I think we prioritize two things differently, and I think that's been kind of the thing all season.
I don't know. I'm kind of staring this in the face, right? I might swap Georgia on Oregon. Not sure.
Look, it's your prerogative. You can do whatever you wish. It's your rankings. I think that Georgia's one loss being to the 4 seed, that doesn't deem them the 8 seed.
You know what? I think I have seen enough from Georgia. I just don't think I've really gotten it implanted in my brain enough that I'm thinking of like the old Gunnar Stockton that wasn't really.
Watch some of the recent Gunnar Stockton tape, dude.
It's been good in recent weeks, I think, and I think I've just forgotten to really factor that in.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll put Georgia at the 5 because I think that they've really gotten used to their system, and that it's still a Kirby Smart team, man.
And look, Georgia could lose to Texas, and shit could hit the fan, and we just move shit all around.
Yep, it's week by week for a reason.
Week by week.
Texas Tech at the 6. They dismantled BYU piece by piece, and you have to do something about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you.
Ole Miss at the 7. They go down a spot technically here, but that's just because T-Tech played a better game this week. Straight up. Mm-hmm. You don't play the Citadel and get anything more than like a little.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I agree. We're in week 11. Figure it out.
Yeah. Oregon at the 8. They have some sloppy moments, but they can still hold their own against good teams. But in crappy conditions, they kind of stumbled a little bit more than I thought they would.
Yeah, for sure.
Notre Dame at the 9. Okay. Notre Dame at the 9, just because, I mean, you blow the fucking brakes off Navy. It's not like super unexpected necessarily. Mm-hmm. It is past Vegas's expectations, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like I hate to say it, the losses, they do age well, which I hate to use that statement because you still should win those games.
Yes.
But when one of those games is a 1-point loss to the current number 2 team, and it's pre-November Miami, so they're going to be regular season champions up until November, and then they're going to piss it away. So that loss is aging not so great. But at the same time, it is still a well-coached team with very good pieces that some of these guys have seen a national championship game, albeit they lost real bad, but they've still seen the upper echelon of college football. So there's some experience here that can be attested to at least. I kind of just had to put Oklahoma here because BYU lost pretty fucking bad.
Okay.
But and also it's Mageddon. So
True.
Oklahoma kind of got off easy by having a bye week this week, because if I would have seen a pretty mediocre showing from them, BYU would still be in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's the reason I don't think I have BYU still in my playoffs, is because I think that even though BYU lost really bad this week, I still think that that team built around Bachmeier is a great team. I think that I haven't seen enough out of Mateer, especially recently, given the hand surgery, for me to call Oklahoma a team. But I'm with you on like Oklahoma being definitely the most fringe team out of all of them. My first four out aren't in order by any metric. So
yeah. Excuse me. Miner's ordered personally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just the Oklahoma defense is still something that cannot be overlooked whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the year, I need to see how many sacks they've put up on the year so far, because it's kind of a stupid number.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have 33 sacks on the year.
10 of those did come from Auburn. Let us remember. That being said, mind you, 23 outside of that game is still crazy.
Yeah, 20. If you take away those 10 sacks, that is still top 30.
Top 30 in the nation in one less game. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, mind you, the Tide for number 1 is at 34 sacks.
Yeah,
with Texas A&M in Texas. So
yeah,
it is still a very good defense that has allowed the third least offensive touchdowns in the entire league.
That is true. You are absolutely correct.
The Buckeyes lead that at 7, the Hoosiers at 11, and they are tied with the Hawkeyes at 12.
And like I said, I still think Oklahoma is a good team, personally.
But the offensive struggles are something to keep in mind.
I just need to see one more good game. And look, if Oklahoma shocks the world, we're having a different conversation.
Yeah, understandable. My number 11, my ACC rep, personally, is G-Tech.
Yep,
they are back in this.
Yep.
Virginia and Louisville losing absolutely shook everything up and has put Georgia Tech back in the driver's seat after that embarrassing NC State loss, because somehow both of the other teams also took embarrassing losses.
Yep.
I'd argue that the Wake Forest loss is worse.
I would agree with that.
I don't know if the Cal loss is worse necessarily, because Cal is still a good team.
And it wasn't overtime.
Yes, and it was overtime versus Georgia Tech lost in regulation. And albeit Georgia Tech did still put up good offensive numbers, and so did NC State. But I think the same can be said for Cal Louisville. So I think Louisville still has the best loss of the 3, technically. But G-Tech is off a bye week now. They have a chance to really come back and just snag the ACC.
They absolutely do.
From the jaws of Virginia Louisville.
Yeah.
So
I will definitely be watching tomorrow to see what we get out of the new CFP ranking.
Yes, 100%. My group of 5 rep is still North Texas.
Okay.
I think USF would be my second group of 5 rep as well. I don't know about James Madison necessarily. I don't see myself putting them in this conversation unless some fuck shit happens.
UNT and USF are going to have to lose another game, both of them, for us to have the JMU conversation.
Yeah. And even then, like, some of the American teams could take over technically if they cannibalize themselves, but also James Madison is going to come into the playoffs.
If UNT and USF both lose to bad teams, but they beat the good teams remaining on their schedule, then we're talking about an American championship that's Memphis Tulane, and then we're talking about JMU if they stay undefeated. So who knows? Who knows?
I mean, technically, right now JMU is sitting as the highest ranked G5 team. So we could see them in the playoff picture this week. I wouldn't be surprised if I did. However, I think it is the wrong call, personally.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
So I'm keeping North Texas here until I see otherwise, either a crappy win or just an outright loss.
Okay, fair enough.
And they are or if one of the G5 teams that we've just mentioned shocks me.
Yeah.
with a really, really good quality win, like USF can, like possibly JMU can, like Memphis, Tulane. Most of the like no one from the CUSA or the Mountain West is really gonna shock me enough to put me over the edge for that conversation. This is purely between James Madison and the American Athletic Conference.
I completely agree.
That is the only those are the only places my eyes are looking right now for the G5 bid.
Yep, I agree.
If SDSU had won this weekend pretty convincingly,
yeah,
they would be in this conversation, but Hawaii ruined that. So
imagine the Rainbow Warriors get in.
That would be really stupid but really funny. Comeback of the century, honestly.
I agree.
And my first 4 out, BYU, again, just that loss was really, really, really bad in my eyes because they looked hopeless. Just completely helpless. Utah survives by Mageddon. Go figure. I still have a lot of faith in that team. Texas, again, they're starting to turn things on, so I think I have some faith in them. And Vandy is back in this conversation with the really bad Mizzou loss.
Yep.
So if they can, and hey, they played a good gritty game against an Auburn team that was playing really well.
They did. You are absolutely correct.
So, we talked about the chaos scenario where Vandy sneaks back into the playoffs, and it can happen. It can very much happen. So that's why I'm kind of keeping them on the fringe here, so that it doesn't just seem like out of the blue that I'm just like, oh hey, Vandy's back, haha, I felt like it.
Yep. Fair. I have them there for that same reason.
Yep. So that is that.
All right.
Next we have. Oops, I kind of spoiled my games to book, so I'll scroll.
No, that's fine. I have us moved over back to our original area on stream, so you're good.
I'll stop sharing screen though, so because I can just talk about these other. Whoops! Do not disconnect the call. That would ruin everything.
All right.
You want to start off with the games of the week?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and book our games. As always, we'll start with with our NFL game.
Yep.
All right. What do you got?
Oh, okay. I was gonna let you start. I got Hawks Rams. NFC. Or it's a divisional matchup. Both these teams are playing fucking lights out football when they aren't.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. They're just playing lights out football in general. But I think after a down week, I think Darnold is looking to rebound, and I think the Seahawks will upset the Rams at home.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say who's playing at home so I can write it down, but you told it to me in order, so I appreciate that. And you're gonna take Seahawks on the road. For my game of the week, I am going to take. Let's see. There's a couple good ones. I'm eyeing a couple good ones.
I see 2 or 3 that can be pretty good.
I see 3 that can be great, and then 2 more that could be fun. And I think I'm going to pick one of the great games, and I'm going to take Lions-Eagles as my game of the week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm going to keep it on theme, and I'm also going with the road team. Give me the Lions to upset the Eagles in Philly.
Yeah.
All right.
And hey, especially since how they're playing against the Packers. Yeesh.
Yeah, no, this game is a fucking nightmare.
Again, why is the NFL just committing random acts of terror?
The Pistons won.
Huh?
It said that the Pistons won.
Yep. They sure did.
How?
Oh, an OT. OT.
An OT.
Because CJ McCollum missed the game-tying 2-footer. You fucking bum.
Cade scored 46 on 14 of 45.
On what?
Holy inefficiency. Holy.
Fuck.
I'm going to throw up. 31 from the field, bro. What happened to the game I love?
18 free throws? Bro, you are not Shea.
Anyway, that was gross.
You are not Shea, brother.
Let's continue.
14 of 45. I might be sick.
Anyway, I'm picking the Lions.
Disgusting.
Let's pick our college
Lions.
football.
Before we fucking yak our brains out.
And
fuck.
You pick your 3 games so I don't step on your toes.
All right, I got them. All right.
Give them to me. And
no
give
SEC
me,
this week again.
Give me away,
no SEC.
Give me away team first, then home team. Please, so I can write it down.
Away team? Yep, I got it. That's how I always do mine.
All right, tell me.
I have a discount, or not really discount, I guess. It's a CUSA title game, basically.
Wow.
Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State.
When is that game? Is that on
That,
Saturday?
I believe that is on a Wednesday.
No, it's not. It's not on the 12th.
Nope. Oh, yeah, it is Saturday, actually. I lied.
Kennesaw State versus who?
Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State. All right. Who are you taking?
The two leaders of the CUSA at 8 p.m. on Saturday.
All right.
And I think Jacksonville State has played their competition just a little bit too close this year. So give me the New Bloods. Give me Kennesaw State to remain undefeated in conference play.
State. I love it. I love the wagon. Go Owls, man.
Go Owls, man. Stay undefeated in conference, because I believe that'll put them at 6-0. Yeah, that'll put them at 6-0 in conference. Both these teams are undefeated, I should mention. Yeah. So it's a really good game.
Give me your next one.
American Athletic Conference game.
All right.
Memphis at East Carolina.
That's going to be a good one, too.
Memphis is looking to make the what the fuck am I saying? Make the push to finish this season off strong, possibly pull some upsets, and take the playoff hopes away from USF and North Texas and all these other teams up top. But I think East Carolina is going to show up at home.
Are you going with the Pirates right now? Are you going with the fucking Pirates right now?
Give me the Pirates.
Wow.
Give me the Pirates to upset the Tigers.
Wow.
At home.
We got some games out of your fucking wheel today. All right.
About it.
One more, brother.
We're going 3 for 3 on different conferences this week, but we are not staying in the G5. We're going to the ACC for my game of the week.
I already know what it is.
University of Virginia at Duke.
Duke University.
And you know what? Duke's at home. They're looking to come back from a pretty crushing loss to UConn. Virginia's coming off a really rough loss to a low-tier ACC team. And I don't think Virginia steals that momentum back. Give me the Blue Devils. Give me Duke University.
Bo is going with Duke. Insane.
Give me Duke University.
Insane. All right.
No SEC this week. I'm keeping my sobriety straight.
Good for you.
I'm staying SEC sober.
All right. Well, I am going to go ahead with my list, and I'm going to go ahead and pick a Tuesday game. And I'm going to pick some action, Ohio, Western Michigan. And these are two teams fighting for a spot in the obviously Ohio wants to go back-to-back to MAC championships. Western Michigan's trying to establish themselves in a MAC that's super top-heavy this year. But what do we always say? It's Ohio against the world. Give me
Al-Gaib believes.
Give me Parker Navarro and the Bobcats to go on the road and beat Western Michigan.
Give me the chosen ones.
Now, I'm looking at this Saturday slate, and man, oh man, do I like these games.
It's a good week.
It's a really good week. And I'm also going to be with you on not picking any SEC teams, but man, do I want to.
Okay, so shout out then for honorable mentions. Oklahoma, Bama, and Texas, Georgia are going to be good games. Watch them.
Watch football next Saturday.
Watch football.
So, for my second pick,
for my honorable mentions,
I've been talking about them. I think this is a must-win game. South Florida and Navy. I think this is going to be a huge game for the Bulls. And I'm going to go back-to-back picks on the road. Give me South Florida to go in and crush the midshipmen and all their spirits.
Would you say midshipmen?
Shipmen.
Ship. I see. Not with a T.
So that's your game of the week. And now my game of the week. It's kind of going to be a little out there. I don't think you're going to expect this one from me.
We'll see.
You know, we've talked about the ACC and all of its topsy-turviness. And you went Duke, Virginia, and I respect that pick. My game of the week is going to be Notre Dame going to Pitt.
There it is. That's in my honorable mentions, baby. Yes, sir.
And you know me. We've talked about Notre Dame and how they have this dynamic running back duo and this quarterback who's throwing the ball really well. And then we look at Pitt. We look at the Pitt Panthers. And we look at that third overall ranked rush defense. And we look at that passing offense that's top 10 in the nation. And I'm glad you're here for this, friend. I'm going to take Pitt to upset the Fighting Irish at home. Give me the Panthers to go on a ACC run of a lifetime. And I'm going to take them to upset Notre Dame.
Nice.
All right. And I have a couple honorable mentions as well. Honorable mention, Arizona at Nippert facing Cincinnati. That's going to be a really good game. Cincinnati's looking to bounce back. Arizona's off a good win versus Kansas. And in that same breath, I'm also going to mention Troy Old Dominion Thursday night. That's going to be a fun game. It might not be a great game. It's going to be a fun game. And
I need to see where those two are in their conference.
And then
that's last Thursday.
And then Boise SDSU as a nightcap.
Oh yeah, fourth and sixth in the Sun Belt. 4-1 and 3-2. So
yeah.
I mean, hey, the Trojans could enter themselves if they win
saying.
that game. They could enter themselves into the Sun Belt conversation. So yeah.
And then
what was the last one you said?
The nightcap of football in the Mountain West, Boise State at San Diego State is going to be an excellent football game.
Yep.
We got a lot of good games this week. Oh, shout out another game.
Mention,
I actually have one more honorable mention too.
Iowa USC.
Yep, that's going to be great.
Two good upper mid-tier teams in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is going to be a good showdown.
Another
offense and defense.
Another honorable mention, staying in the Big 12. Utah at Baylor. That Baylor offense, man, that's going to be fun to watch against Utah. It might not be a great game.
Dave Aranda needs to save his fucking job, because if he loses that by a lot, he is getting fired.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's getting canned for sure.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the show?
I believe we've mentioned everything, and yeah, that's the end of my notes. So,
dude, I'm excited for next week. Next week we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Next week is going to be fun.
Oh my gosh, dude, I didn't even see NC State Miami is going to be fun. Let's see. There's one more. Hey, look, North Texas UAB. UAB has pulled the upset card this year before.
Colorado State, New Mexico.
Die. West Virginia, Arizona State has the potential to be funny.
Yeah, they could do the funny.
Michigan Northwestern has the chance to do something fucking hilarious.
If Michigan loses that game, I will be so happy.
I will cry.
I will jump for joy.
I want to see, now that we're talking about it, and now that I picked this game, oh my gosh, Pitt is plus 11.5. I kind of want to slam that on FanDuel. I'm not going to lie to you.
Plus 11.5? No way. I'd take them at plus 7.
Anyway.
Plus 7.5. Which, I mean, you could boost your odds with that one if you took it, but...
I think that's our show.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well...
Thank you very much, ladies and germs, for joining on the one and only channel to stream this podcast now. Hey, Sparkle1.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Go Bucks, go Rams, wear your seatbelts. Like we said earlier in the show, talk to someone if you don't feel okay. We love you. We care about you.
Get help in the best way possible, please.
This is going immediately to YouTube.
Go watch the VOD, then go watch it on YouTube.
I do get money that way. All right.
Hey, if you fall asleep with it on autoplay tonight, nice.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.